Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I am truly, truly inspired, truly excited to get started again today. I'm not lying, man. And to all of you, I am sending my heartfelt intentions, prayers of blessings, and sincere gratitude to all of you who are already here. This idea. Let's go, folks. Father Jack entering the building. Look alive. It's time for the sermon. Praise God, man. I am so excited to see where today may bring, right? And I'm a slave to you all. Cheers to everyone. Happy Saturday. Man, I'm filled with inspiration and joy. There is a guest. There is a strategy to the unfoldment of today. So thank you. Thank you to all of you who have tuned in already and who may tune in at a later time. And if you're one of those, you're tuning in at a later time, speed it up. Same words just comes through a little bit more clear. I think it sounds better when I speed myself up. Today we'll jump through this beginning and we'll see how this unfolds. In the background today is the reminder, peace is available. The love sign is with me. I got my sweatshirts all cleaned up, spent my Friday night doing laundry. So I'm feeling fresh, filled with love, living and hoping to embody the ideas of peace. So to the thumbnail, it's a simple reminder. The path to happiness is with gratitude. Gratitude brings joy. So have gratitude for your blessings. Because truly, your terrible job is the dream of the unemployed. Your house is the dream of the homeless. Your smile, the dream of the depressed. Your health is the dream of the ill. Don't let difficult times make you forget your own blessings. I used to live that way. I used to live a life where I saw all the problems and all the darkness, all the despair. And that negative, limiting perspective from experience, and it's a simple, obvious truth, a negative and a limiting perspective prevents gratitude and contentment from becoming known. And you want to know contentment. You want to know gratitude. It's all available, but it's through the mind and the heart. So the path I found, it's the same philosophy that's been eternally shared through the spiritual teachings, the mystics and the philosophers. It's all the same. Surrender your opinions and your attitude. Let that go away. Your opinions and your attitude are not that important compared to the peace and the blessings that you've already received. Because if your attitude and your opinions are preventing you from feeling your blessings, you're the problem. It's that simple. And there are blessings to be found. The wisdom from the Bible, from the scriptures, psychologically, these things are truths. Doesn't matter who we are, these things are true. What you seek, you will find. If you're not paying attention, or if you don't know where you are, you don't know what you're seeking. And if you don't know what you're seeking, how do you know what you're finding? It's a simple game of consciousness. There's a fine line between genius and insanity. No denying that. What am I? That's the question I've been wondering. The question I've been wondering is, am I insane or not? I don't believe that I am. I believe we were born into a world that is, by evidence, we're backwards and insane. The American dream is a nightmare for many people who who want their own freedom. Praise God, man. The topic and idea today really is about sharing blessings, sharing gratitude. This is the truth, brother. People are about to find out where they are. That is the key. And that is kind of some transparency. That's my hope behind these conversations. I'm hoping these conversations, not just, well, including today, I hope these conversations today are going to help others objectively realize where they are. Because where we are does and does not matter. But where we are, it's an indicator. It's an indicator of our progress, at least in comparison for our starting point or our destination. See, life is just about perspectives. Different perspectives bring different opinions, different meanings, and perspectives come through relationship. We have relationships with all things, all beings, not just here in the present, immediately around you, immediately around me. I am alone. I'm sitting in a beautiful house in a beautiful suburb in the northwest geography of America. And I'm sitting here talking to myself, talking to a screen in front of me. This is normal. Praise God, man. There are many like me, but there are no others. Man, I am unique. I get that. For those who have been a part of this Talcottian adventure, I'm sure you get it, right? One way or another, there's something about what's happening here. And if you're part of the group, there's been some recent growth again in the number of subscribers. However you found yourself to me, if you're new to this, welcome aboard. Thank you. Because I have a feeling that, oh, come on. I have a feeling that the Talcott Express, this is just getting going, man. It is the train ride of life, and the Talcott Express. This is beautiful concept. I am hoping to take those of you who tune in, whether it's the live me or the later me, I'm hoping to bring us into this trip of the mind with the express, starting point of here you are, here I am, the destination point, spiritual enlightenment, intellectual freedom, physical and emotional wholeness. That's the destination. That's the destination I believe we all want to be. So in the beginning, before the stream, had brief conversation, brief communication with the guest. And we're going to reveal a few things when the guests arrive, but I'm going to hold off dropping the link until he shows up. And that is a he, just so it is. that mystery's out, narrowed it down. But these ideas of the topic, sharing blessings and gratitude, recognizing truly, while things may seem bleak, may seem isolated and a little set away, things are not always as they seem. And truly, perspective, a change in perspective changes the relationship with the things. I'm speaking very broadly in broad concepts with this, and to kind of narrow it down in my own experience. Periods of isolation, periods of lack economically, socially, going through periods of lack. It's tough. It's tough when those around you don't understand you or don't really accept you or what you're doing. It's tough. It helps you figure out, how independent are you? How strong are you? Every one of us has our own story, right? One of the guests yesterday, she's amazing. Our friend Daisy, she's a powerful, strong woman, right? Raised her children greatly on her own, independently. Man, there's a lot of stories like that, and it's unfortunate. I find it to be kind of a tragedy, the way mankind has evolved in many ways because of the divisions. Many people today are settling for online, electronic, kind of fake relationships, and they're missing out on the true experience of sharing an adventure, sharing beauty, sharing discovery with another reflection of you, another human being. There's nothing better than that. See, this is one of my theories in the greater scope, taking us off on a different direction, I guess. But in the greater scope, this makes sense to me, how God would create us like this. We are divine, immortal, eternal spirits of consciousness that come from beyond the physical realm, beyond the limits of life with breath. There's an eternal nature that is part of us. And we come into this life fragile, truly helpless. The way that mankind, a child, is truly helpless and dependent upon the compassion, the care, the attention of others. So we come into this world so fragile, so ignorant, and you could say so pure. And then the lies start, right? Then the good-hearted parents who don't know better teach their children all sorts of lies as games and for entertainment. But we enter into this realm as infants with an open mind, and the studies and scientists, they've kind of narrowed down some explanations that make sense. The first few years of an infant, they're really in the present. They're like open and receiving. They're learning things without knowing they're learning. And they're learning things that people around them don't know that they're teaching. But so the first years of our life, we're in this hypnotic state in our minds of receiving and programming, and then the language happens, and then we start finding out, oh, this is me. And then you figure out you can control your bladder. You can figure out you can walk around, and then you figure out you can control your bladder and your bowels, and then So we start, and parents, right? The role of a parent is pretty damn important. You got to teach a child, no, don't put the bugs in your mouth. No, don't eat the dirt, right? Don't walk off the cliff. You got to teach your children everything, and then hope they grow up to be a functional, successful part of a dysfunctional, diseased society. It's an incredible task. But the point I'm going at with this story is that I think it's by God's design that we are built with stupidity, ignorance, so that we can enjoy the gifts of discovery, of newness, of learning. And not only do we get to experience these gifts of learning and discovery, not only is it a gift that we find for ourselves, but sharing the gift of learning and discovery, the gift of wisdom, that's another gift. Our God just keeps giving and giving and giving us reasons to have blessings, reasons to be grateful. This is what I learned. And so I think by design, God creates us with these veils of ignorance, veils of stupidity. And if we don't surrender our identity, our will, our purpose, if we don't find humility in ourselves, God will lead us to be, well, here's the truth. God leads those people to be very successful sometimes. The ignorant and the selfish have risen into power. And this image, it's clearly altered. But I think it's a brilliant idea of Jack Talcott sitting at the table with Donald Trump, Elon Musk. And we'll have the attention of others as we share our discussions. I want to discuss with them what leadership actually means, what freedom and equality truly mean in a world that honors and humbles itself to the truth. See, because the truth brings us freedom. On the smallest level inside of us with psychology, the greater level around us, sociology. Truth brings us freedom. It's just logical and reasoning. And even the idea of logic and reasoning, those are amazing gifts that I possess and you possess. Now, our ability to use the logic and reasoning that we have within us, that's where the veils of ignorance come in. Because each of us has our blind spots. We don't know what we don't know. And the world we live in, the egoic celebrity, pick a team nonsense, it has you focusing and gambling all your reputation on what you think you know. Okay, so to bring detail to this, pick a team: Republican, Democrat, Christian, anyone else. If you play this pick a team nonsense, you live in a world that's divided. And if you keep reinforcing your beliefs that you live in a world that's divided, you're going to start uttering foolishness, and you'll start believing that you live in a world that's filled with nothing but losers, cowards, and failures. And if you believe you live in a world that's filled with nothing but losers, cowards, and failures, and you think you're the only one who's not, you might be misleading yourself and others. Because I don't feel like I live in a world filled with losers, cowards, and failures. Not at all. I feel I live in a world filled with God's children who know not what they're doing. They have no clue that they've led themselves the wrong way. Hey, the mysteries, I believe, are ready to start, man, blowing up. Here, our guest has arrived. So without wait, welcome, brother. Welcome to you, Truther Cop.
How's it going, Mom? I'm trying to get ready over here. Fucking sorry. It's like a turn. Like a boomer right now, dude. What's going on?
It's all right. You're old.
Oh man. Hold on. Oh, you talked. Somebody's hitting me up about something I got to handle right now. But yeah, dude. Losers, cowards, and failures. You almost had like a you might be a redneck joke going there. That you almost had it. If you're surrounded by but you were trying not to diminish people, so I get it.
You're absolutely right, man. Massive reveal. The mystery guest.
It's the mystery guest, Jack.
I didn't want to oversell it, but I'm truly excited because
these YouTube streets, they don't even know what they're about to receive. Dude, it's too much. We have to tread carefully here because there's a lot going on, and a lot's about to be revealed, and a lot's being revealed right now as we speak.
There is, and I don't mean to distract from you to this, but this question about me: how many people have you coached, Jack?
This guy right here. So back the off.
Here.
Well, sorry to be disrespectful. I'm sorry.
No, it's an interesting part of my story. It's true. People have admittedly, openly, honestly found value through me. Okay, so there is that aspect that's to be considered. But I would honestly say I have coached none other than myself. So am I a success or am I a failure? That's still yet to be determined. But do I have what it takes to be a good coach? I'm convinced I've got what it takes. I really do.
Of course you have what it takes, dude. But this is it took me so long to see that, dude, because when I was introduced to you, the whole thing, I don't know how much you want to get into it, but
I do. I'm sorry to take over, but this is just what I was thinking about. I was trying to remember where I met you. You were an early introduction for me into this lore and the online stuff. So I was trying to remember. I think it was with Benton. It was either Benton or...
Oh, that's right. Oh, my God. The first time you appeared. Oh, man.
In a year with books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think
it was Benton's. Well, the first time I saw you was in Benton's. And, he did kind of like the Paul and Slave thing, too, there. But he kind of went at you a bit. I don't, So that was actually the first time I saw you with somebody else. Benton out there discrediting others. We see how that ended up for him. Benton, you got to do better, dude. People are looking for you for guidance out here, bro. Come on.
Well said. This is why I'm excited for you to be here, because you know many of the other characters and you're willing to call it out. Benton can do better.
Yeah, we all can, dude. I fucked up out here so many times. So, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for all the wrong things I've said about you, Jack.
Thank you. We're learning together. And I think he's right. It's safe to say Benton is not a fan of Jack. He never was. He wouldn't allow himself, because Benton, Paul, many of these others, they experienced me, then they summed me up, and they formed a conclusion about me, and then they never allowed themselves to find out they were wrong.
And that because now, you know, it wasn't just like a private conversation. This was online. So then the chat sees it too, all these people watching, and then their perception becomes that. And it happened to me. It happened to me with a lot of people. And a lot of people that, like, Paul, dude, I want to, well, actually, I want to see you guys discuss something. I actually thought of a fascinating topic you guys could talk about. It does eating meat feed the ego? Is it an egoic thing? Are we trying to like be like we're better than animals by eating them? I'd like to hear you guys have that conversation, but I don't know if he's man enough to talk to you.
He's man enough. Is he mature enough?
Right. Yeah. He might not be ready yet.
Well, I was thinking about the guest today, kind of revealing without unsaid until I point out the obvious. But I've spoken to a few people, creators online. I've spoken to a few people offline. And Paul is not one of those. He has never allowed an adult conversation between us. Not once. So, I mean, I understand if he was like Scott 2B live, he's a cool regular on some of the panels. Well, I've yelled at that guy so many damn times, man.
I haven't seen him around much.
He hasn't been around much, but he tunes in from occasion to occasion and he cares. But I understand if Paul's experience with me was like that, where he tried reasoning with me and I was unreasonable, but no.
Well, perhaps at times maybe you were, though, a little bit, not seeing what he was saying, maybe. But I mean, that's everyone is at times. So I know I do it all the time. I get too much heat for it, but it's all good.
And generically, on a bigger picture, that's just it. The names just identify characters, but each of us characters, we carry patterns, right? And there's common patterns to people. What I've been learning, many people, their bark is just far worse than their bite, right? They're harmless, but they are just insulting and attacking and manipulating, but they don't mean to cause problems.
Illumitami said that I was like a toddler with a cap gun once. That's what that reminded me of.
A toddler with a cap gun. It is. Well, and that's where Tommy's another character. I love that guy. He's so much fun, but he's so irritating to be around sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with some of these people what they're really up to at certain points because, you know, we're in the freaking, I don't know. I don't want to go too fast into something, but
feel free.
Well, we got to focus on this perspective thing because the example of you and your perspective and the people and how they see you and they think they can just come up here and disrespect you all the time because they've seen other people do it. And actually, I got to get do have to respond to this really fast in a moment. The people are influenced by this in the chats, and they go, and it's all people do. And there's literal agents out here like that just shit talk other people all day long and discredit. They're paid to do it. That's the fact. To discredit other people for whatever reason. I do have to respond to something though. Give me one moment.
Please do. In response to that, the idea that people are paid to be disruptive and oppositional, there may be cases of that, but I don't typically assume that. I just see people being people. And online, admittedly, part of the my experience as a man online, especially with that young man, Paul, it's reminded me to have fun. Even though there's chaos, even though there's opposition, you can still have fun with what you're doing. And I've been taking that lesson beyond just online. And I've been learning how to truly have fun with everything. Every chore, every task is just an opportunity to bring change, to bring in improvement. And if we can bring change, we can bring improvement. If we see ourselves bringing change, bringing improvement, that's where the feelings of fulfillment start coming in. And I've become addicted, truly, the topic today, sharing blessings and gratitude. I've been learning the practice to be grateful for the blessings, and then to truly even be grateful for the gratitude, and then just feel blessed for the blessings and grateful for the gratitude. And the next thing you know, time has passed and you're having a beautiful day.
Well, I had to respond to this, and then I had the person I had to message actually reminded me of something that I want to say. Because, little Jim Bob grew up in a town, and I know someone that, watched this, an elder man, a very respectful, kind man. I might invite him on as a guest one day, should the time be right, but we'll see. But I had to just just have to text him, so we'll see. Because Jim Bob seems to forget where he comes from sometimes. Well, we all do. Maybe I'll forgive him. I'm not sure. When he realizes it, maybe.
Where do you want to go with this?
Well, people are the problem. People are. There's so many ways to go with it.
Yes.
And hit that Cash App, dude.
Why not? It doesn't get abused too much. So
neither does mine. But
well, here, before we open it up, I imagine we're gonna have some attention. I hope we'll have lively discussion and attention today. But some of our conversations, not to reveal too much, but we've been talking about perspectives, recognizing the blessings despite the challenges, recognizing the ability to surrender and the strength to be alone. Those two things are frightening.
It's like we were talking earlier about like creating problems rather than just accepting life, we create problems so that we can like overcome them to feel proud about ourselves and to build that ego, right? That we did it. I made this happen. I did this thing and I'm the greatest. I'm King Stephen. And King Stephen unblocked me, dude. I wouldn't even have this guy in my chat, dude. You should block him.
Well, he's played an interesting role with me a little bit differently.
Well, he's not your co-host today, Jack. I am. I want to make that clear.
I think the signs of that are pretty obvious, clearly, because the link hasn't been shared yet, and here you are. I don't think he ever had that advantage.
Yeah, he's he'll get there one day.
It's possible.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's possible.
I have faith that there's possibilities that I don't yet know, because there's always blessings. There's always blessings. Oh, I didn't realize that. I find stuff. I learn stuff.
Yeah, the biggest thing is like, dude, you got to. I have to do it all day. To just pause and just say thank you, God, for this creation. Thank you. Like always. I'll tell you what, my life's great when I let it be. When I let life be and just do its thing, it's amazing. When I try to control it, manipulate it so that I can be the one that did the work to get the things done, I get it all. I don't want that. I'm happy just to watch it. It's like, and I get to go get firewood. It just happens. The tree falls when I need it. And all of a sudden I say, wow, thank you, God. What an amazing, I get to go out in the woods and use a chainsaw. Wow.
Brother, it's amazing. It's amazing and humbling when we learn how to detach from the fight for control and actually surrender. And then you start seeing that, things happen. And as long as things happen and I don't worry too much, with the right tools, the right job, everything comes together. And there is a perfect flow to life, which is what some of the old philosophies, the idea of the Tao, the way, it reveals itself. And if we have faith, then we're seeking the kingdom of heaven, right? The kingdom of heaven would be a place of fulfillment and wholeness. And so if If you seek to be fulfilled and whole, everything seems to work out. And one way or another, everything seems to work out.
It's like, so I was going to ask you before I got up. There's a draft in here. I'm trying to get. I got to start getting things heated. But why aren't we born just knowing that perfect acceptance? What's your opinion on that? Like, why aren't we born just knowing life is fucking perfect, dude? Like, if we let it be, why aren't we born knowing that?
Karma, cause and effect. The ignorance and stupidity of our ancestors, it's passed down generation to generation, just as the survival instincts have developed too. Mm-hmm. So in the greater sense of eternal life, I would say, not as an excuse, but I would say karma is the result. It's all for the purpose of refinement and growing consciousness.
Well, yeah, generational curses. I mean, that's in the Bible, right? The sins of our mothers and fathers passed down.
My life is evidence of that. I watch. But this brings up my theory. I believe that what's true for me is true in the greater world. It's true for each of us in different ways. But in my life, I watched, while I did my best to try and interrupt the patterns of my family, poverty and, poverty and substance abuse and such, as much as I tried to break away from those and the patterns of anger, I still carried them on. And my son didn't go through the physical abuse or neglect or whatever, nothing remotely close to that, but I still watched my sins being passed down to him. It was at 15 I got filled with my anger, and at 15 that's where he walked away from me.
Dude, I didn't know if I was going to go here, but my dad never met his father once, and my dad wasn't in my life early on, and now we finally rekindled this, and I have a son I've never met.
There's those patterns.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, but if we can realize that, I believe this is the potential, the hidden potential in the craziness of this life, especially at this time. We can heal. We can heal the families. We can break the generational cycles of abuse and poverty, addiction. We can heal. We can be the generation that heals if we allow it.
Yeah, if we allow it to be, right? Like everything else.
I think it's happening. I'm so filled with faith and excitement for what might be in the future. Because freedom is here now. I believe the light has already won. Love has already prevailed. The darkness and the people who are playing the games of politics and stuff, they haven't figured it out yet.
Hold on. All of this, Jack, the stars up in the heavens, galaxies, freaking all this shit out in space, perfect balance and harmony. And somehow we aren't
right.
Like, how we conceive that in our minds? It's amazing. I guess that's where free will comes from, I guess. I don't know.
It is. Hey, what do you feel about opening up the conversations, dropping the link? We've got familiar faces in the chat.
We're not tolerating nonsense today, I'll tell you what.
I'm going to. My hope is to actually, I've done poorly at this already, but kind of sit back and let you lead. But yes, we're not going to tolerate a bunch of ignorance and just nonsense. But for those who want to participate in conversations, you and I are pretty much on the same page, I think, on many different ways.
Finally. Well, we finally realized we were. It was already there, right?
That we realize things. That's the path of development of consciousness. The truth, it is a realization. It comes through a resonance. We may find the explanation externally, but the truth arises and it's all realized. And that's why I've played with the idea that perhaps we are memories. Maybe we're going through the motion, but the memory is who we're becoming.
Yeah, I had some crazy. I forget that I had some like. Life is really timeless. I mean, there is. It's like the patterns are unfolding, and then like there's something to that.
We have our first guest, and this one, it looks. I'm hoping he's showing up with some fun and respect. Welcome to you.
Hello, hello. You can call me Fat Flo. Hello, Jack. Hello. How are you doing? I got to say, I really don't like cops, and this guy.
I don't like people who disrespect other people like you.
Don't interrupt me. Let me finish.
Yeah, fuck you.
This guy here was bashing.
Oh, bashing.
This guy here was bashing King Stephen. He's a coked up character.
No, that's fine. You can let him go. We're gonna get him because I've seen him. He was. It's hard to know where he's coming from sometimes.
He's a manipulator. He's very manipulating.
You never know what he's actually doing, right?
That's the downside. He's got
not being truthful and honest, right?
I think he's got a good heart, but he has trouble being honest.
Or he's not being real right now. That's for sure.
Do you want to continue allowing him?
Yeah, I mean, well, I need to ask him about being unblocked in his chat. I mean, so that's the only reason.
Okay.
Jack, please. Let me continue, please.
All right. Please,
I've never liked cops. Honestly, that is honest. Since I was a child, I thought they're pigs. They're swine. So this guy with the Truther Cop name, just the name is just, you know what I'm saying? It's like a raw steak to a vegan. Like vegans hate, they hate meat. They hate meat eaters. And
you got a lot of issues to work out inside, man.
This guy's a.
Why am I blocked in your chat? Why am I blocked in your chat?
Oh, did someone block you?
No, you did. You did. Yeah, you blocked me.
Oh, I did. Did I block you?
Yeah, he's not even going to answer. Jack, drop this guy. Get him out of here.
No, don't drop me, Jack.
Get him out of here.
I'm the co-host. This guy's trying to steal my job.
Jack, get him out. Get him out.
You're trying to take my job.
Get him
Come on, you're jealous.
Then be fucking real, dude. Get to the fucking point.
I'm being real.
No, you're not. You're playing fucking games, and I'm sick of it.
Listen, I looked through my band list. I didn't see you there. What's your name?
Go fuck yourself.
What's your name? Hey, don't talk like that on Jack's show.
It would be under Truther Cop Official.
Truther Cop Official.
Mm-hmm.
You just said you don't like my name, and now you don't know it, Jack. Jack, he's
playing games. Back, please. Let him be.
All right, fine.
Okay. Let's see if
slow down with the coke.
We don't need to write it off.
Yeah.
We don't want to write it off if there's a chance for it to be resolved.
Yes. I agree. We can
Jack,
resolve
he's sitting here saying
here.
that I'm doing coke. I've done coke one time in my life. You know, he's just disrespecting me. And he's disrespecting flow state. All he can do is disrespect people because he doesn't respect himself.
Listen.
Listen. I'm not listening to a disrespectful loser like you.
Listen,
do better. I'm sorry. You draw me down so fucking far in this conversation. Fuck you.
I'm a former
going
drug
back
dealer.
to the top and not dealing with you.
I'm a former drug dealer. Everybody knows that. I've been to jail. Go ahead, Jack.
Did you find him in the blocked list?
I'm still looking. I have like 500 people, so I'm scrolling through. I'm not kidding. I have like pages. It's like 500.
I believe you.
This is the games people play, Jack. We're enabling. We're enabling. Right? He's lying. He said he can't find Illumitommy's name for last forever. He does this over and over.
You sound coked up, though. I'm worried about you,
Jack.
Don't assume. Don't worry.
I'm not assuming.
Did you hear that? Those two go together. Don't assume. Don't worry. If you're finding worry, you might be finding assumptions.
Don't worry. Be happy, like that old song. Remember that one, Jack?
That was
Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. Go ahead.
in all reality, though, seriously,
Yes.
actually, I don't know.
You
I
love me.
thought,
You
Jack,
love me and
boot
you
him.
find me
Boot him.
fascinating.
You
Just
said I'd be
admit
in
it,
charge.
Jack.
Boot him. Boot him, please.
all right,
Please.
Jack,
Thank you.
you love me.
yeah,
Boot him. Heartlessly.
and
We're not. No, he's playing games. He's
I
not
know,
being real. We were having a real
right,
conversation, and we're not getting anywhere with that.
you're
Please,
right.
please.
And this is what I was trying to communicate. How do I communicate what you just said? Right.
It's not his time to be up here. He's
Fair
not
enough.
mature
You're
enough.
right. Respect.
You're in the presence of life coach Jack Talcott, and you will show some fucking respect.
Damn it, I honor that. Thank you. Thank you. That is the self-respect that I should be carrying. This is why I was excited. Why I am excited. You're here, right? And you've got lead us truther, man. You got Carlitos down there.
Carl, oh my God, don't get me started.
Hey, this is the life we're living, brother.
Somehow.
Can
Praise
you
God.
believe? I know, but so this is the cards we're being dealt.
Yeah, because I was trying to go somewhere when Stephen was talking. We were getting at it earlier, and I forgot because he was just derailing with the nonsense. It's just like we gotta. And I've done it so many times, dude. I'll straight. You can come on, Jack. Tomorrow I'm gonna stream. You'll be my co-host, and you tell me who to kick off, okay? If you want.
Fair enough. Respect. Actually, we're in this together. And
that's the thing, the union thing, and about the people. So you got fucking set up in the union, like they turned your back. They everybody turned their back on you and sabotaged you. That's what I wanted to bring up earlier. Please get into this, please.
That is my story. That is my story. And without getting into names, there was messages shared just today with a man involved with, in our past, the American Postal Workers Union. Because, yeah, my union brothers and sisters, they betrayed me.
And this is your story is so much more important than these games.
I know.
And I do. Guilty.
Golly jeez. That I respect and appreciate because you see the value. There's something going on behind the crazy games online.
There is. It
With that said, the avatar has changed. Stephen from the sanity machine has returned. Do you want to give him a chance? Because let's see if we can keep it on topic like this. You willing?
So the union. All right, the union part. Okay. And why? And people. So you because we need each other. People need each other, and so you were in agreement with a bunch of people, and you needed each other, and they turned their backs on you. And this happens to people betray people all the time, or even sometimes we perceive that they betray us. Like as a child, like probably I did that a lot, I'm sure. And then we get hurt inside, and we have a hard time connecting and being real with other people because of the pain we experience, and we don't think it's hard to get that trust back once it's taken.
That, I think, is the important topic that you brought up. The pains we may experience in life from betrayal, whether it's real betrayal or imagined perceived betrayal, the pains involved, the break in trust and the break in connection, that's real. And some people it hardens. It hardens some people. When people get hurt, they toughen themselves up. And there's a difference between just being tough and, able to take it. And then there's too far where you harden yourself up and you're dead inside.
Yeah. And there's a fine balance. It's like then all of a sudden you have to wisely you can't just connect with anyone because now people could set you up. So you have to move forward with that, knowledge and still find trust. And that's what real love generates, dude. That's that's that dance.
What you just said, you've still got to move forward, even knowing that you might get betrayed, that you might be hurt. You still got to be vulnerable and strong enough to do it again. Our Paul, blessings to you and thank you.
That's right. You guys super chat this man, dude.
Jack it up, man. Well, what you were getting at with the union and me, there is a greater story going on. Seriously, I got to experience, my life has been an adventure, but the lessons I've learned in it, betrayal happens. When things don't go your way, when life challenges you, it'll make you or break you. How do you get through? What are you going to do? You know, that's what I've been faced with a lot. I actually feel like I represent the branding of Veterans for Peace, the idea of them. I think I do that well. And the story continues with me and my association with labor, the union. Because what I realized is the American Postal Workers Union, through the men and women I learned from with them and around them, they helped me become a greater man, more qualified to lead others, more qualified to negotiate and represent, to advocate. So the American Postal Workers Union and the taxpayers with the U.S. military, they invested in me becoming who I am. When I lost connection with the workers, with the routine of work at the post office, that's where I found the organization of Veterans for Peace. Other men and women who volunteered or who ended up serving the military, their voices of today speaking out. Hey guys, there's problems in DC. And I think we all agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Of course, dude.
Yeah.
Let me recognize, please, Stephen, thank you. You returned with patience and grace. I appreciate that you do.
Thank you, Jack. I'm trying my best here. I haven't slept for 3 days, so I'm a little bit off than usual, but I just wondered if do you have a U.S. Postal Service tattoo?
No.
Like, you don't have one? Are you not?
No.
Okay.
I never tattooed myself. I considered it quite a few times, but I never did. The canvas is clean on me.
Good. I got so many mistakes. I'm trying to explain to someone how to start a gas freaking fireplace. Come on.
And no anchor tattoos either from the military. Usually they get that anchor.
That's right. Jack got a fucking military veteran, so you better be careful about your angle here. Former Army and deployed several times, Jack.
I was sent around the world. Yes.
Just chill out, Truther Cop. Don't get hyped up.
I can do whatever I want.
It's okay.
This is
chill out.
Actually, I love the angle and the emphasis he's making regarding the service and the union. And
yeah.
I honestly thought that would make a difference. When I'd reach out to these different people, at the time, I was active dues paying member, and I was, perhaps participating as much as I could. I was part of the American Postal Workers Union, the International Workers of the World, Veterans for Peace. I think I donated, and I was attending meetings with the NAACP.
Really?
Dude, yeah. Man.
What about what is it? The United Negro College Fund? You had a lot on your plate. Like you were all over the place. Maybe you spread yourself too thin doing all that stuff. Maybe that was it.
It's possible, but the variety, it allowed me to grow, with other perspectives. Different people are paying attention to different things. Who I am in my heart, in my blood, I found a love for labor, right? I'm working class. My dad is working class. My family has been working class for a long time, at least here in America. I stand with labor and with veterans. It's time to end wage slavery. Wage slavery can end. And when that happens, then the banks aren't in control.
Yeah.
And when banks aren't in control, the wars will end.
Do you stand
I
with
mean, the
cops or against
conversation.
cops?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. Sorry.
Jack, all he's going to do is just subtly manipulate and diminish the conversation. Can we please move
Let's
and
not,
have a conversation?
let's not assume.
No, that's what he's doing. It's just all he does. He can't, dude. He's
No.
not mature enough to handle this conversation. I'm sorry, Jack.
Jack, no,
You
Jack,
need
I
to
have
go
a
back and
question about
study.
unions.
You need to go
I
hit the
am
books.
mature. I have
Go
a
hit the books.
question about
You can handle it, please.
are unions just for the working class? Like your experience, you said, has been working class, your father, your lifetime, but are they just for working class, or could there be a way of convincing, let's say, rich people that grew up not knowing working class people to be pro-union? Is that feasible? Because I only knew of working class like from the outside looking in, or maybe the inside looking out, whatever way you want to look at it. But I wasn't around working class people or families or unions. I was always taught that unions were terrible for capitalism. So
That's
that
how
was
I
what I
was
was taught. Yeah.
That's how I was raised as well. That's part of my story. God
Is that
allowed.
part of like the propaganda to keep people like in a position, like to keep them going to where they could be?
Yes. It's been true for generations. History is an amazing teacher if you look, or if you know where to look. Throughout time, it's been known, half of the working class can be hired to oppress and, to oppress and kill the other half of the working class. It's the way it's always been for a long time. And those who have power, they know the power remains as long as their opposition stays divided. So the masses have been fed all these ideas of identity division and religious division and all sorts of divisions without paying attention to what's really going on.
Yes. And the religions push this, and there's religious factions and all these people. And then, so like, you got Andrew Wilson of the Crucible, whose wife came on and totally acted so improper up here. And like, with so much ego, so much pride and arrogance about my way is the right way. No, get it together. And so these agents, and speaking of which, to further the Crucible, it's about creating witch hunts. It's really actually really dark about what's happening there. You got an opinion there, Stephen?
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, I saw this movie growing up on unions, and somebody in the chat room, Don't Judge Me, said they were infiltrated. And it reminded me of this movie where I think the guy that infiltrated was this traveling Jewish commie guy. And he went down south, and then he had sex with the woman at the factory, and he was starting a union, but he was traveling town to town trying to start unions. So I don't know if that was a propaganda film or if that's actually what happened. But
well, that's something that's a different angle there with Jack and people turning on you.
I'm not calling Jack that. I'm not saying he's a commie.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not on your case right now. Sorry. They would send, dude, you're a union leader. That's pissing people off. So they're going to send in someone to fuck you up, to diminish and demean behind the scenes. That's why you have to be careful and really vet who the fuck you allow around you.
Well, they could send hitmen and assassins. I think they did that with unions, didn't they? Didn't they?
Of course, but it's much more subtle for the most part.
With the Rockefellers, though, the original old one, I think with the oil, they shot a bunch of people that wanted to start a union. They killed them.
Right.
Way back.
That is the truth of the history
Yeah.
of American labor. The men and women who tried to fight for better working conditions, more respect in the workplace, they've been oppressed and murdered. That's how initially it was the company towns policed and ruled by the Pinkertons, the corporate police enforcement. And then this is what America has really been. These corporations, they invest in municipalities and they create the rules and they profit from the enforcement, the taxation. It's a scheme. Mankind is at war with itself because truth has not been respected. But to swing back, if I can keep going, something you said, Stephen, what I actually hope to do truly, I stand for your question regarding unions. Everything can be used for good or bad. Today's standards, there's a lot of improvement available to be made, especially as far as what unions are doing, what governments are doing. But this is what I hope to do. United. When mankind, when we unite together beyond wealth, beyond authority, that's where we find peace. And my hope is to meet with people of wealth and position of authority,
Jack,
to invite them to join me.
and that's going to happen. But right now you have me, and I'm fucking awesome. So fuck those people. Yeah, fuck you too. And can you pin this comment from Carl down there?
Oh man,
The long one.
Hmm.
The long one. It's one of his most recent ones.
A lot of cursing. Jack,
you're right. I should work on that, Stephen. Personally, I hope Americans keep simping for the technological whatever to accelerate the empire collapse. This is some guy in the UK allegedly. Why are you pushing for this, Carl? I see you now. I'm sorry.
Technologarchy. Technologarchy.
People reveal themselves, and this is why self-control is the most important thing. Because if we don't self-censor ourselves, our foolishness comes through. And
I have another. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just real briefly, all you got to do, especially online, is pay attention. Pay attention, and people will show what they really think. They'll say it.
Yes, I agree. Under your system, Jack, could a wealthy person that was raised like me at least become a champagne socialist? Because I do like champagne. I do like to drink champagne. I like a drink once in a while, and but you know what I mean? Like the champagne socialist. You wouldn't ban booze like prohibition, would you? With if you changed America's system to socialism. Remember the American prohibition of booze, like the government outlawed it. I don't know if that's part of socialism, but I've heard the term champagne socialist. That's the kind of socialist I'd want to be, really. If I was a socialist.
I don't think
there's no relevance.
Here. Yeah.
He's not. He's probably restreaming it, talking to his chat, talking shit, I'm sure.
I'm not restreaming anything.
You're not? Okay, fine.
But I don't mind unions too much for factories and that sort of thing. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm doing my best to try and be fair with what I'm seeing. Truther's already he's been patient because of me.
I've been up 3 days. I'm not restreaming, I promise.
Okay, but Stephen, you're missing kind of the point again. Your opinions on what things are, they're entertaining for you. Maybe.
Well, I'm just asking questions mainly, though. I'm trying to understand. I think there's people in the chat, probably in my boat, that are thinking, how do we understand what vision Jack has for socialism and
then how about you open your ears and stop opening your mouth so much? He's not talking about any of that. He was talking about his previous experience in the actual union. He's not pushing for union or anything. You're sidetracking the conversation intentionally. Canadian, why are you here on America? Are you like another agent
Jack,
out there, just like, oh, let's just
no,
all fucking sit there and bullshit
that's
each other.
that's paranoid. I'm not an agent, Jack.
There is certainly no
I'm
correlation
not
between weak labor
anti-union,
unions
Jack,
and
like for
stigmative
factories and
unions.
warehouses and things like that. But I wouldn't want my servants to unionize because, like, I don't know if I'd want to deal with people that are unionized that clean my buildings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
You can
He's
tell
just talking
yourself
about his
whatever
fantasies.
you
It's wild, Jack. This is insane. What is this behavior that we're witnessing? I don't understand.
It's normal today. This is common human behavior. It shows the lack of connection and awareness. He's not here with bad intentions. I don't believe. I don't believe he's here
Well,
to instigate or cause problems.
he's not here with worse intentions for this panel than he has for himself, but
I'm
there's some
here
at
with
work
good
there.
intentions.
Mhm.
I've never quite understood, and I'm just trying to understand.
Well, there's a divine force that's behind each moment, and we're experiencing each moment. We're sharing these moments here, and I trust in the divine order that I don't fully understand that brings us together. You're in the right place at the right time. And if we ask the right questions, we can understand each other. I'm not sure the questions you're asking are actually going to help with where you said you wanted to go, better understanding of what Jack is suggesting.
Yeah, I guess I kind of got focused on the union stuff. Unions and your work
Well,
with unions, union rep, and then I kind of went, you know.
and part of this conversation has been Truth or Cop. I really do appreciate it because I feel that what happened with me in the union is unacceptable. One could make the case that I was targeted and harassed because of my union nature, my background, but I didn't raise those claims. You're muted, Truther.
It happened because people started to diminish your character behind your back, and it's probably because corporate espionage, dude. And the same thing is happening on YouTube all the time. I'm not like you sit there. You want to talk about fucking? I want to go smoke a cigarette right now, and I don't like to smoke on panel because I don't want to influence people to go smoke more. And you know who does every fucking day? He smokes a cigarette on every fucking stream. Andrew Wilson, this guy makes it so look so cool. What are
Stop
the chances he's
smoking.
not
Don't
funded
smoke.
by corporate?
Don't smoke. Stop smoking.
Yeah,
That's
I know you're right.
nasty.
I know. I'm going to
It's a
quit.
bad
I'm going to
habit.
quit.
It's really
I'm
nasty.
3 weeks. I'm going to quit by
You
then.
should quit that.
I will. You're
It's
right.
just gross.
I know
But
you're right.
Jack, I have a question. Does anybody here even like getting stopped by cops? Like, who would call themselves a cop? Like, no one likes to get pulled over by a cop, right? I hate being pulled over by cops.
I think Paul and Slave likes getting pulled over by cops.
Well,
Gives him a good
he
story to
just
tell.
wants to go to jail. He's trying to get famous that way, I think.
Well, it's like it's very very Jewish perspective to become a victim, to be like have a better
Jewish.
story. Yeah,
What?
a little bit of kind of stuff.
Are you
Play
part
the
Jewish?
Well, here, without insult, the idea is you play victim to justify your superiority. And there's many who do that. Play the victim, and then they actually play perpetrator. We've got another guest, and I don't think there is any nonsense. I don't think there's any nonsense with this one. Welcome, brother, the 11th man.
Who's this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? That's what Conor McGregor said.
Showed up to smoke on panel, I think.
Philip Morris, dude. Philip Morris, corporate espionage, dude. Hijacked. Dude, you need to throw some super chats with that fucking money you're getting for that bullshit.
You know, I trust and pray. There's rewards that are coming for this. There's got to be something greater in the
There
future.
is. I have faith in God. I'm drinking a Coke Zero. I get sponsored by them, so I get money when I mention Coke Zero. It's a good deal. Do you get any sponsors here, Jack?
No.
Do you have sponsors?
And actually,
he will. Oh, is it Flow State?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know they let him drive.
Yep.
They don't let him have guns.
He
He's a
can
felon.
smoke and drive.
He can
Hey,
smoke and drive.
So the topic that, not to play victim, but sometimes we do become victim of circumstances. And Truther was actually connecting with, what's going on in this story? What is going on with Jack? 28 and a half years of honorable federal service, and then thrown away, denied a day in court. Makes no sense to me.
Was that at me?
No. Welcome to you. Not
Thank
at
you.
anyone. Thoughts?
He was at Taco
I'll be
Bell.
home in a second. I'm driving with the windows down because I don't hotbox cigarettes in the truck.
He went
Yeah,
to
and
Taco
my
Bell. He
thoughts are
took the
totally
windows down.
fixated on a fucking cigarette now, dude. Now that I've seen it visually, thanks, Flow State.
He went to Taco Bell.
Life brings us these temptations.
Yeah.
We make a choice. We're going to do better. We're going to be more pure. And then the universe says, "Are you sure? Here's just what you wanted. Here's just what you were dreaming of."
You got to stop those cancer sticks. Those are terrible. Oh, yeah.
Well,
You're
in my
tempted.
defense, I roll my own. I'm not smoking whatever. Are you at least smoking American spirits, dude? You got like some Marlboro bullshit, dude.
Cool.
That's disgusting.
Ew.
I smoke cigarettes, but not that type of cigarette.
I'm sure it's an economic choice.
It's not.
No? All right. Actually, the concept of cigarettes and stuff, the nicotine, it's been part of my fucking life, the whole thing too.
Oh, I didn't know you smoked.
I chewed. Started
Oh.
chewing when I was 15. The idea that people grow, manufacture, sell these addictions to us. You can go to any store and fulfill your addictions: booze, nicotine, caffeine, all these other friggin'.
You can even rent a person now.
You could rent a person for a long time. It's called minimum wage.
No, I mean I don't mean for. I mean, yeah, but minimum wage. But yeah, you can rent a Negro. There's places where you can rent people. You can also rent somebody to be an escort for a party or all this kind of stuff. But I don't know. Flow State probably knows about all that.
I was just about to ask how you know where to rent people at.
You got a
regular backhoe you like going to?
Person. It's rentaperson.com, I think.
Ride a scooter down there or a bike. You don't have a car, do you?
Ride a scooter.
I mean, what's your mode of transportation? I don't think you have a car.
I have multiple cars. You're obsessed with me, but weird.
Let's see a car. Let's see just one car.
You want to see my car?
Yeah, just go turn on your camera and show yourself opening a car door.
I want to see your guns. I'm not even on a phone. How am I going to take this out to show my car?
Well, you have a phone, don't you?
Why would I want to show you my car? You want to see my license plate?
No, you don't have to show me your license plate. Just show your hand and a car door.
Firearms? Do you own any guns? You can't.
You have a phone, right? Look, we can get one thing done at a time. I can. I've already shown you my guns. I don't have any.
No, you haven't.
Now let's see. Just like your cars.
You haven't shown me anything.
I don't have any guns. You don't have any cars.
You showed me your gut and your moobs in the shower picture where you were dumping piss over your head. That's what you showed me.
I know you don't want to play that game.
That's what you showed me. Sure.
Baby fat neck rolls.
I posted it online.
What the fuck were you thinking?
How about the picture of you in the shower?
I got paid $150 for it. What'd you get for? What did you get for this neck roll?
$150. I wiped my ass with that. You think that's big money?
You don't wipe your ass with
Is
anything.
that big money? $150?
You probably don't wipe your ass at all. You certainly don't do it with $150.
I wipe my ass on your wife,
with your
on her
stupid puppets,
on your
little
butterface
king
wife.
puppet.
I wipe my ass. You just talk over. This is all you do. This is all you have. I wipe my ass on your butterface fucking wife.
I can talk louder if you want.
It's got a butterface. That's all
You
you
just
do.
have delusions of grandeur.
Dude.
This is all you do. All you do is you sit on your side and you watch me and you hate and you see. You wish that you were me.
Not at all.
You wish you were me. You could never be me.
You're obsessed with me.
You're creepy. You're weird looking.
You're the one showing
broke. You probably live in an asylum or something. I know that they don't let you live independently.
You're obsessed with me.
And it's not even because you committed a crime. It's just because you're fucking weird.
Nah, you're obsessed with me.
Did you commit a crime? You're probably just weird.
I'm your
How bad do you wish you were me?
Stand up for me. Stand up for me the way I stood up for you.
How much would you
backstage me? Don't backstage me.
How much would you pay?
Jack, it's fascinating. I mentioned Andrew Wilson's name, and then all of a sudden we get sidetracked. Flow State comes up here smoking a cigarette, like Andrew Wilson, starts arguing and derailing the conversation with Steven. Maybe he's just trying to get Steven off or put him in his place. I don't know, because Steven I don't trust very much. Flow State, you know you've always been sus to me, so.
I work for the Orthodox Church.
This is why I was looking forward to today. Calling people out. Flow State, you called him out, and I agree with much of what was said. And
how much do you think that he would pay to trade places with me for just one day?
Who?
Steven. What do you think Steven would give to trade lives with me for just one day?
I don't know.
Probably all the sock puppets in his ward.
He makes the claims of a lot of things, but he's got patterns that he can't be fully trusted. Exaggerations are pretty normal with him. So it's hard to know. It's hard to know what is true and what's not with people like that.
Is it safe to assume that if you play with sock puppets and you've never donated to anybody ever, and you've never been seen in or around a car or with another person, that you're just kind of a weirdo?
When we find ourselves surrounded by weirdos, we got to look at ourselves and ask ourselves why.
Truther Cop's here, that's why. He drags all this shit in with him.
There's an interesting community of communities that we are a part of. It's truly fascinating, man.
But here, since Truther Cop has insinuated that I'm up to something, what were you guys talking about before I disrupted? Go ahead. I want to take it right back to that exact topic. You were shitting on Andrew Wilson?
I wasn't shitting on him too. Well, no, it's just like, dude, the Crucible. Okay, it's about the Salem witch trials, and what does he do? He goes on the whatever podcast with a bunch of OnlyFans models, and to do what? Exactly. And when you figure out what he's doing there, if he knows what he's doing,
I don't watch whatever a lot, but it seems like he's just there to make fun of and mock sleuths.
Right, well, right, but it gets deeper than that. But
this is
well, go on. Don't make me try to read between the lines.
I'm not in a rush to get there, man. It's fucked up.
Well,
God damn it, Truther Cop. Why is he, Jack? Are you going to let him just leave us hanging like this?
It's all coming to it's all there, and it's all coming into picture. What
the fuck are you talking about?
If I understand what he's talking about, we've got many people online. They're enabled with donations and support. They got good numbers. They're getting a lot of attention. But what are they doing? What is it that they are doing in the greater scope, in the greater picture?
I don't know. That's why I need Truther Cop to fill me in.
You don't want to know.
The fuck if I don't?
If you wanted to know, you'd know.
I hate you guys, both of you.
It's the truth.
We'll get you there, Flosa. Don't worry.
Oh my God, this life is so perfect. It is so unbelievably perfect, man. Stephen, I'm going to bring Stephen back. And with the recognition that you were placed in the back because of the patterns of you. You haven't shown yourself.
The patterns of gayness.
No.
While you are willing to, at times, you're willing to bring it back in and just chill. There's other times you just get engaged and you snowball. And
I hate to say this, Jack. When he was doing the co-host thing, I actually kind of appreciated what he was doing there. But I still don't know what the motives were.
Everybody did. I had fine motives, but Jack is always so suspicious of me, but he trusts the wrong people. He's trusted Paul and Flow State, and he's been stabbed in the back by these characters.
Both of us are 1,000% more trustworthy than you. Show, even Paul.
You could have had a very successful show.
It's true.
Well, but look at the guy look at this Flow State. I mean, look at.
So is this a picture from when you were one of those people that could be rented?
Look at your picture, dude.
Is this your BBW slut shot?
Look at yourself.
Rent a fat white guy.
Are you in your 30s?
I'm going to make a break from that.
Yeah.
Whoa, wrong way.
Nice. I was about to start raging.
Oh God, thank you. Sorry, I didn't. I know what I'm doing. Holy cows, man, that's too funny. We have another guest returning, a more recent guest to hear, but so
is it Trans Banana?
No, it's that Mr. Peace Robot or Smedley Butler. The guy who likes to just be oppositional. Welcome back, Peace Robot. Beautiful. That's a great start, actually.
Sweet.
I appreciate that. The topics we've been covering, I mean, it's kind of a broad variety, some of the imagined conversations I thought we could have. But with the topic, sharing blessings and gratitude, underneath all the chaos of this online drama, and there's a lot of lore, there's a lot of drama in the online communities. There's a lot of blessings. There's a lot of reasons to be grateful that we get to participate in this craziness. Because I could be selling stamps at the post office, man, dealing with fucking customers and stuff. Oh,
what a blessing in disguise that you got sabotaged.
I got sabotaged.
Customers are the worst.
Dude, customer service sucks. This is something I was thinking about. My empathy for those who have jobs in customer service. Anyone who's worked customer service, you know how stupid people can be because people are just fucking obnoxious.
I bet you can be a Karen Cott.
You bet, dude. Get me your manager, dude. That's totally in Jack's wheelhouse.
I knew it.
Dude, absolutely. But that's actually a different idea. If we do it right, if we do it with civility and good intentions, we should be inviting ourselves to the table, creating a space for us to have conversations with the corporate leaders, city leaders, government leaders, the different people.
I just want my meal comps.
That's the limited thinking, my brother.
Well, I am limited in my thinking because fucking Truther Cop won't tell me the rest of it.
um, huh. We have another guest.
More like secret cop,
Secret cop.
partial
Well,
truth cop, partial truther cop.
We've got OTW reporter journalists here.
This is an official reporter for OTW News right here.
Thank you, Truther Cop. Truther Cop, I got your
Oh, you got
pictures
me
in the
up.
back for you for snaps.
Thank
All
you.
done.
Yeah. Okay, you emailed them to me?
No, it's in the back of privately Jack's.
Oh, okay,
You
thank
can even show it here. I don't even care.
No. Well, they need to
Well,
be
he
released
showed
at the right time.
Steven. I mean, it'll be a nice payback.
I'll leave this up to you, Jack.
I don't know what I don't know. I see a
Oh, it's
link in
nothing.
the back.
Jack, it's just, you can look at it. It's just Snafu without a, like halfway without a shirt with his nipple kind of hanging out, trying to stick for Venus. Yeah, it's nothing crazy, but this way he can stop making fun of people.
And you found this receipt because he's making fun of King Stephen? Is that what I recall?
No, because he's starting to make lies and calling everybody Peter. Just like you went on your show and called everybody Peter that
Well,
day. Jack and
that's
Peter.
not just fucking Tarek. How is that new?
Starting to make
I never
lies.
said, I never said that was new. That was like 3 months
no,
ago.
he said he was on a panel.
Okay.
But no, this is embarrassing, dude. Snafu, dude.
Trouble,
What the
don't
hell
let
are
him
you
make
doing?
lies.
You think that's embarrassing? You should see the background report I have.
Dude, I asked you to email it to me, but jeez.
I know, but I got it. Like, I can't just give away my ammo.
Especially to one like Truth or Cop.
I know. He doesn't even trust me.
Ooh, yeah, without trust, that's a tough
It's not
battle.
even like he's silently a little suspicious of me. It's like he reminds me wide on the open. Like, I don't trust you, Flow State. All right, well, guess what? Go get your own. Go get your own background check.
I was just flexing. You're coming around a little bit here. I appreciate the direction you're kind of taking.
Nice try, Snoozer Cop.
You're doing all right. You're doing better. I'm
Ball
almost
Buster
over
Cop.
the Proud Boy optics.
Oh, Proud Boy optics.
And
Carry
then
my water.
he's getting right in with the raging.
Carry my water. Carry more water.
It's very
Convoy
suspect
Cop.
across the board. It's okay, Flow State. I don't hate you.
Yeah, me either. But I don't trust you either, Full State, so don't feel bad, Truther Cop.
For some reason, I don't mind that out of you, Tarek. You're fine.
Yeah, but I
It's
don't
only
have nothing
Truther
against you.
Cop.
I don't dislike. Yeah, I don't
know that.
dislike
I
you.
You're
just want to
despicable.
say,
You're
I will
despicable.
say,
You're
I will
despicable, but I
say
don't despise you.
that I liked your last couple streams. I'll just leave it at that. You take things. I don't know. You did better than other people around you.
I don't give a fuck.
I'll tell you. See, this is why I can't trust you. This is why.
Can you put Truther Cop? Can you put Truther Cop where Peace Robot is?
I give my love away. No, don't do it, Jack.
Come on.
I'm gonna trust his advice, not to.
Oh, okay. Thank you. He's just
Yeah.
gonna try and teabag me.
No, you'd be peeing on you, that's for sure.
Oh, I see. I didn't even look at that. Oh,
Um,
now he's pissing on Peace Robot, dude. He's here to spread peace. Why are you pissing on him?
I don't trust him.
I don't either.
I definitely don't trust him. I don't know what the hell this thing's about.
Yeah. I don't. He's got a really bad vibe. He's not trustworthy at all.
Well, here's actually an interesting observation of this online experience. It's similar to in person. There's reasons not to trust. There's reasons to trust. And everyone is a different dynamic. But the key is learning how to understand even those you don't trust. Because that's the key. We confuse ourselves into believing I can't understand that one. And then
Why should anybody trust any of you?
Because the truth matters.
Why should anybody trust any of you, though?
Who the fuck are you?
Right.
That's Cage.
No,
No, it's not. There's
a
no way.
different
No.
character who plays this obstinate,
Talk
arrogant,
again.
oppositional force. Peace Robot. I don't have the patience.
Say words.
No. I'm just gonna let him go away.
I called him out. He wouldn't say another word.
He wasn't given the opportunity, in his defense. But he's an interesting character, strong-headed, does sound a little bit like Cage, kind of arrogant in the statements, and just disagrees with everything.
On your panel, it's almost like, dude, it's probably, I bet that's the same guy from the Union that went undercover and sabotaged you. He's back just to ruin your life again. But the way, because he came up here just bashing you, like playing the games, and then he went over to OTWs and they reviewed it, and he got along with them. He's playing games and he doesn't even know. That's the thing.
Well, that's interesting. OTW and others have shown a pattern of welcoming, supporting those who oppose me. And I think it's hilarious. So his question, why should anybody trust you? Well, the truth matters. And every person, wise and dumb, old and young, every person is a vehicle and a vessel for the truth, for information. And the information that's actually being shared here, should people want to see it, could be valuable. The idea of exposing some of the corruption, the reminder of finding blessings and gratitude.
Why are you helping Truth or Cop keep secrets and lies?
I'm not. This is why are you afraid of the truth, Flow State?
I want the truth. I'm afraid of your secrets and lies that you're hiding.
There's no. It's right out in the open. It's fairly obvious, but it's.
Yeah, but I'm stupid. You have to tell me.
It took a lot of people had to tell
Jack,
me.
he's keeping secrets. That's antithetical to your mission.
I'm not convinced.
And so is Flow State.
He's being honest.
He's keeping the snafu record. That's a secret.
Snafu record?
All right, you want me to reveal it here, right now?
I don't know.
No.
Jack, it's up to you. No.
I don't know what happened here. I think you're talking about snafu.
I am talking about snafu.
And you allegedly have secrets about him?
I do. But you know, in the spirit of no more secrets, no more wars, I was willing to reveal my secrets, but you don't want me to. And Truth or Cop is a cunt.
That's interesting. Truth or Cop is being a little evasive, and I can see it, but I don't think he's withholding.
He's literally doing that.
Well, I think there's some conversations happening behind the conversations, and that's where
there's yeah. You think that because he says like opaque things but there's nothing there. It's just opaque.
Oh, sure, maybe you're reflecting into the past a bit, but sure, I've done that. That's not what I'm doing right now, though.
See, opaque as fuck. Nothing there, just opaqueness.
Okay, here, let's try to bring this back with specificity, if I could understand. Because generally, I think this question in conversation started around discussions, perhaps, of Andrew Wilson, his behavior, what he's showing. And Truth or Cop wouldn't point out, wouldn't expose.
Well,
that can played along
after
see it.
He made the opaque accusation that I was up here for some reason to block for Andrew Wilson. Then when I bring it back and I ask about, like, let's get it back on track. Then
I shouldn't have done that, Flo.
So,
do you work for Andrew Wilson? Did he send you here?
Absolutely not. I don't even know if the dude likes me.
How did you find Jack Talcott's panel, Flow State? Did you? No, I'm just kidding.
Andrew sent me.
No. Truth or Cop, there is a correlation, though. He's not working for him, but there's a correlation. That's just my opinion.
With the correlation, opaqueness.
Okay. On those points, then I would agree. But the Crucible, it's about the Salem witch trials. These people, dude, this is like, there's a reason he's interviewing OnlyFans models, and he may not know it, but he was put there. That's why he's being given this stage. You're talking about a bunch of women with nudes of them flying everywhere. They're controlled. They're literally controlled because it's like they're open to the blackmail. So it's not necessarily blackmail, but they're controlled puppets on the world stage, and he's just playing with them for what purpose? Why is he bringing attention to OnlyFans models over and over and over again just to make fun of them?
Because it's a lucrative niche.
Right, but I don't. Yeah, but what it's putting out into the world stage, the type of optics, and what it's influencing people and how they behave, it's really.
I agree.
It's it's not great by any means.
Well,
No, it's not. No.
Well,
I mean, I'm a little bit more gray on it. It's definitely not a positive thing for sure, but I don't know that there's a lot of virtue in foregoing an advancement opportunity symbolically, right? It's not like if he didn't join whatever, culture would change.
well, this is actually something I'd like to try and have a conversation with Andrew Wilson.
You shouldn't have kicked his wife off.
Well, that's what I think
She shouldn't have acted up. Did she acted a fool
Yeah.
up here?
one of
Oh,
the
I didn't actually see
my
it.
Christianity is my. Does she ever do that to Flow State? Has she ever come up on you and told you about Christianity and what the right way is? Why'd she do it to Jack?
I'd like to speak with Andrew about the behavior of his wife.
I'm
I think-
sure
I'd like
that
to see
if,
that happen.
if he's listening now, I'm sure he's just he can't wait to get up here.
Yeah,
Well-
he'll get up here actually.
Back to the other observation. He's not to blame. He's a wonderful example. He's very gifted in his ability to communicate, to dialogue, and to potentially market, right? He's putting out value. But the idea, that's an interesting concept of the crucible being tied to the idea of the witch trials, and then is he luring witches? Is he luring that onto display for his program?
Dig through the ditches.
Let's get this off of the Crucible Optics. Kendrick Lamar, not like us, called out Drake for the stuff. Why was he allowed by Jay-Z to go up onto and get up into do the halftime show with that song
Hold
and that
on.
mentality?
Who's running interference now?
I'm trying to show you a bigger picture here that I'm talking about.
I think
Is it your-
Thursday sees it. He just doesn't agree with you. That's all.
I think the bigger picture is that you haven't been taking your lithium. It was a crazy joke. Lithium pills for Jack knows.
You have to understand, Flo State is a
Derek knows.
capitalist, right? Capitalist. He capitalizes on things, so he's not gonna give you his truthful, sometimes insight. He won't do it for his own reasons, I think.
Like I said, he's not prepared. He's not ready. He's getting there. I've seen him making some good steps, but there's a bit to get.
I don't know if I'll ever be there, Obi-Wan.
No, well, possibly, but
I mean, I'm making that statement voluntarily. I hope to never be where Tarek and Cruiser Cop are, because it seems like a weird corner of the internet. Oh shit, I'm already there. I'm already here. Fuck.
That's the key. Is the real?
It was that creepy ass eyebrow thing you did that made me realize.
Yep, you're here. You're one of us. Embrace the happening that you are, and celebrate what could happen in the future. Because seriously, I hope to get viewers in the numbers, and maybe even some of the donations, like some of these characters, Jim Bob and Andrew. I hope to improve. Some more value is shared.
I love your naked ambition.
Hey, Jim Bob needs some improvement, dude. I don't know. Like I said earlier, dude, that dude.
Yeah, I think so.
He's a good dude. He's a real good guy. There's a lot of really good men and women bringing themselves online. They say stupid things and they do stupid things.
And I shouldn't make these accusations without offering a solution. Jim Bob and Andrew Wilson, you guys need to have conversations with the best life coach in the world, Jack Talcott. Okay, you guys need his perspective, and I think they should pay for it. That's my opinion.
So should Donald Trump, really.
Absolutely.
It's happening. I've got so much more available to be shared, but it's happening.
Oh my goodness.
Donald
Oh my
Trump.
goodness.
Yep, we're going to
Oh
have
my
some
goodness.
things. We're going to have some
Oh my
discussion.
goodness. 5150 this man.
There's going to be audience with us.
His delusions of grandeur are too obvious. These are the things you and King Stephen need to hide these things a little better.
I'm telling you, I said this honestly the other day, and it is honest. I believe this possibility, it is the way my life is unfolding. It's the only thing that makes sense from everything I've learned to everything I want to see. It makes sense that Donald Trump and I will have our paths cross. And you know what? I respect his position and his time, but he'll find reasons to compensate me. I think he'll love me. I really do.
He's going to appreciate yours even more, dude.
Yeah. Because exactly.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's possible that I have the vision, the idea that if he sees that, he can make it happen, right? So it's just a matter of getting my ideas, what's in me, into him. And the idea, he's already on the path. He said the words about ending wars, and he said words about exposing the deep state and bringing the right people in. Well, I can help him. I know I can. All I need is a chance.
And between now and then, Jack, you have plenty of work to do with us. Okay, we need your coaching here on the ground level. Okay, because once you get there, you're going to forget all about us, dude.
No.
Shoot the cop. You're not being truthful, man. He's got to be part of the club. You already know that. Come on.
He's partially right. The work and the journey, it happens today. Whatever does or does not happen in the future is irrelevant if I don't share value today. And that's what I hope to do. Share value.
I believe you should have a conversation with Andrew first and see if you can actually do the conversation for like more than 10 minutes, because Andrew will push you on everything I think you believe in, and he's not going to sway. Like
with the debate topic being, was his wife disrespectful and out of touch with reality on Jack Talcott's panel, I think he's got this handled.
I don't think she was disrespectful. If I remember correctly, she was a little bit high strung. She does have a high voice.
That's a great topic. He'll be very receptive to your feedback.
See, Truth or Cop is trying to put the narrative so this way he can come here.
He'll be like, holy shit, you should be a life coach or something. Jack will be like, I am a life coach. Like, oh my God, can I have some courses?
Right.
I'm buying courses for all the Crucible crew immediately.
Right. That's not how it works. No, here,
Great
150,000 people.
Let's go. Let's do it.
150,000 subscribers all got gifted 3 sessions each on Andrew Wilson's dime. Oh, God bless it. Jack, make a vision board. Let's make this happen.
Well, here, with respect and humility, I believe Andrew Wilson is a very gifted communicator. He's very skilled at debate, and like you said, he'd certainly press back, and I'd be expected to unfold and explain anything. He'd certainly help it to grow, but I would really love to have conversations with him or Jim Bob or others, Anton Daniels. I'd love to have conversations with them about politics, economics, and religion. What can we learn from, and what can we accomplish now that we know?
Jack, that's very possible. I told you there's a correlation between Flo and him. All you gotta do is ask Flo. Flo will ask the Raging Tomato. Tomato will go there and make it happen.
Do you mean a connection?
Connection.
No, not a connection. No.
Connection.
I don't think correlation is the right word.
Okay, I can explain it one time, but not today. I'll explain why I'm saying correlation, not the connection.
I'll trust that you have a reason for your reasons.
I do.
There's a reason for your reasons. I love that idea. I was considering earlier the idea, and I believe everything has a purpose, but how do you know which which signs and which evidence? How do you know which is just random or what is related? How do you know what's relevant? How do you know what's important?
The Holy Spirit.
Love that answer.
No, he's lying there, Jack. Come on.
It's the truth. He's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the
your
truth,
truth.
right? Whether he
That's
means
not
it or
his
not.
truth.
There's only the truth, and we don't want to assume what someone does or does not think.
I guess we can ask Flo. Flo, were you being truthful?
I was not. Tarek was 100% right.
And yet the truth remains true. This is what's so amazing. The truth is funny. It often rhymes. It's beautiful. And it comes from all places. Even the foolish, even the child, they know there's wisdom through us all.
Yeah, but I think, Jack, one question I want to ask, I think Truth or Cop was trying to ask you a question about, Andrew Wilson and him being involved with all these OnlyFans and whatever broadcast. And he's an Orthodox Christian. He's very, very religious in terms of what he believes in. So do you think he's pushing them, or he's just making money off the situation, just capitalizing on grifting?
Well, it could be part of just see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know whether he knows or not the full perspective of what he's actually involved with. I don't know that. But what he is surrounded with, it is very clear why he's in that position, because it demoralizes Americans. It's very simple. I don't know how he got to that perspective, how he got to that position, who was around him. Maybe he has a handler that he's unawares working for some freaking, but you don't get to Pierce Morgan's channel debating the Young Turks the way he did so fast. Like what?
Well, I'm pretty sure you shared this publicly, but didn't AI give some sort of observation on the patterns of him anyway?
65 to 75% chance that he is, I believe, what was the wording? I don't want to be careful. Working with an agenda of sorts for like a corporate espionage style thing.
Controlled opposition sort of idea.
Right. Specifically in the reference to cause it, like to debate things all the time. It's like we're going to sit here and argue. It just stirs up arguments among the American people on the main stage.
That's funny. It's funny that AI provides that feedback, but the patterns are what they are. Someone who shows a pattern of division, are they creating the division and the dispute for the purposes of keeping division and disputes going? I mean, without individuals, I mean, in the greater stage, on the mainstream media, the social media, it's a lot of this argument for content, chaos for controversy. It's a method of keeping the world divided and confused. And it's what our world has conditioned us.
Well,
I just can't believe that.
If the Orthodox Church's subversion wing is hiring, holla at your boy.
I actually think it's all coming together. The truth is coming into light. And it's all, we're at this precipice in the development of mankind, society, the technological advancements, economic mechanizations, all of these things have raised the standards of living for many of us. But society and technology, they've advanced faster than the civic and social culture. I see us reaching this point. It's a breaking point, and it's all a perfect design. Just like the individual story, selfishness will bring our own self-destruction. And the more prideful we are, the harder we're going to fall. That's what I think is happening in the greater culture. The American dream is it's not a dream at all. It's a nightmare for many.
we were kind of hitting at this earlier. It's like letting life be, but instead we have to have jobs. We have to go out and work for these corporations, and everybody's working for somebody else. It's working for somebody else, and nobody has the full fucking picture. When in
Oh
reality,
my god! I have to work.
that's not reality. That's a false perception. It's an illusion.
Yes.
Oh my god! I don't have perfect, complete knowledge of everything.
That's a down. What we don't know can destroy us.
Well, see, it has to do with accepting yourself. You still have a bit of work to do there. I can't do it for you. It's going to take time.
I don't know everything there is to know, and I have to do work. Working is hard.
I don't know everything, Flow State, because I don't know how to say what I'm seeing the right way.
Words are hard.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
I was trying to explain this in a different angle. Why is Kendrick Lamar allowed to go to the Super Bowl by Jay-Z to call out Drake for all that shit? Nothing's happening to Drake. They want people in the streets killing each other. And Andrew Wilson, the Crucible, the witch hunt, is a part of that. And I think it's been since day one. What is the chances of that?
I don't know. That's a strong claim, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's giving a lot of power to intentions, and I think
it's a strong claim, but it's it's hard to throw it off the table immediately. I guess I don't know. I haven't been around that long, and I haven't watched the Crucible that long. So
I have watched every episode for him pretty much. But I can tell you one thing, Flo.
Jesus, Tarek.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think he is very logical? Like he follows the logic, laws of logic, and all that. So he would know what he's doing. I don't think he's not aware.
Around. He knows. He doesn't always follow logic, but he knows when he's breaking it.
Yeah. No, he'll flip it any way he wants to flip it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I don't think he's not aware, because Truth or Cop's saying maybe he's not aware where he's at. I think he's very aware.
I do too.
You need to take it a step further to really get what I'm talking. Like, why is he around these OnlyFans girls, putting them up in front of people as targets for his audience?
Okay. So, Truth or Cop, do you know there's shakers and bakers behind every major content creator, right? And those people work in between everybody.
What is a shaker and a baker?
Those are
a mover and a shaker.
For them, that's what they call them, shaker and baker. They shake and bake.
What's your other language? You have another language, don't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I speak Arabic fluently if I want to, but I don't speak it often.
I'm just curious because you picked that. Obviously English isn't your first language. I mean, you do very well at it, but it's just funny. Like you mix up certain things, and it's kind of.
Oh no, yeah, I have an accent. Yeah, I get that.
Your accent's pretty good. It's just sometimes the words and the meanings. But that dude to know two languages is awesome, dude. I barely know any other language like that.
Words can.
That is a good question, TML.
What did he ask?
What was the question?
Why are you gay?
Who's gay?
What?
They asked me the question.
What was the question?
Why are you gay? He wanted to know why you're gay.
No, what did he say?
He said, I don't remember it now. Something about. Yeah, just look at the fat chat.
You're asking for okay. What's the question? Yeah, I don't know.
Just read, motherfucker.
No, I'm saying he's not asking a question. He's saying that he asked a question. Is English your second language, Plus State?
Your mom's my second language.
Yeah, a lot of love there.
Both languages and your mom are primarily focused on my tongue. So
we all are. Every word that drips from that fucking tongue and comes forth, we all experience it. So get it together.
All right, I'm getting it together.
Here we go with Brent. These guys don't give up.
To be clear, I'm getting it together myself. I'm out here smoking a cigarette. I'm not going to put on camera because I'm not and they couldn't pay me to. That'd be ridiculous.
Why is Brett such a crusty cunt?
What are the chances he is not actually sponsored by Big Tobacco? Andrew Wilson, the way he's up there, is that how he's gotten?
I think it's pretty high. I think it's pretty unlikely when you sit in front of a computer and argue with people all day. You need something to do with your hands. I smoke so much more cigarettes streaming than I do not streaming.
Yeah, I know. It's dude, because it's like you're just I know.
Because you're sitting still, right? You're stationary, so you need some, I don't know, move or fidget or whatever.
Was streaming itself created by Big Tobacco to make us smoke more?
I hate you.
No.
Anything is possible, and intentions.
Can we put a leash on that imagination there?
Here,
Asking questions, dude.
I want to swing it back to me. This better question from Britt, 3.5 years in, I guess. A better question is, why was Jack fired from the Postal Service? It's an interesting combination of things. I was not actually fired. If I remember right, I was administratively separated based upon a pre-arbitration settlement agreement for the failure of, I couldn't find a permission slip. 28.5-year career thrown away. My friends in the union and in management chose to believe they couldn't have a conversation with me without a permission slip.
Because somebody, they didn't like what you're doing, and somebody worked against you to put a stop to it.
Hey, blessings. Thank you, Jubilee Sees Lies. I have covered the Postal Service dismissal a bunch. It's a part of the story.
Okay, what would Jubilee like to talk about coming in here with her raging attitude?
Oh, I don't see that.
He's talked about that a whole bunch. Go watch the shit. We've talked about everything a whole bunch. We've been here for 2 years, Jubilee. Catch up to shit. We're looping.
How come? Oh my god, dude! It's oh my god. Now, hopefully not eternally. Let's get this shit together. That's what I'm saying, Flow State, dude. We're fucking up because we're looping, dude. We got to get it together, dude.
We are, but to see, this is a new loop for me. I've never yelled at Jubilee before.
No, I'm not saying what you're doing now. I'm just saying what she's pointing out about the
okay.
What you're pointing out about the looping. You know,
have you yelled at Jubilee before? You should try it.
Well,
I'll give it a try if she does something. I don't know.
That's actually how Jubilee and I met. I
yelling at each other,
and then she got past my yelling, and,
I'm telling you, despite her awfulness, like, you two could have a magical child.
There's a reason her path crossed. She's had these visions with her name, Jubilee. The Jubilee is here. It's with her. It's with me. And the patterns. Now, the disagreements might be new. I was listening to you, and I think you're right. You speak the truth. The disagreement with Jubilee is new, but the pattern is that. The pattern with you.
My brain just went blank. Like,
yeah.
I do that sometimes. I know.
Did you do that? You did that one on purpose.
I kind of did. But the idea is the self-reflection. Seriously, if you find yourself surrounded by weirdos, look at you and find out why. Why are you attracting these disagreements? Why are you attracting personalities?
Yeah, I forgot the loser failures you're surrounded by, right? I don't see any loser failures in this chat. I see a lot. Well, you know, this is a pretty good audience you got, Jack. There's something happening here.
Yeah, there's others.
There's a reason you're not surrounded by loser failures. You know, that's all I got to say.
There is. There is. I won't surround myself by losers, failures, and cowards. I don't believe in losers, failures, and cowards. They might exist, but I
don't know how you could not believe in those things.
All right, but you're gonna find what you look for. So, like, focusing on that and then repeating it over and over and over and over and over and over is one thing to say it here and there, but like to loop, talk about a loop.
I was just looking for my my paper towels and that old VHS of Home Alone, and here's Truther Cop satisfying both of those looks.
He is a big kid. We're all big kids in this.
No. He's Marv. He's Marv, the Wet Bandits.
Don't make me get my cap gun and show you what's up.
Get your
No,
cap.
that's Rose's job.
Oh my goodness. See, there's fun being had, and we are the life that's being lived. There's a lot of people resenting life, angry at life, afraid at life. But I think life is. It's made for the daring. It's made for the bold. We don't. That's what I'm hoping to
Get out of here, OTW. It's not for you.
do.
Why is he in the chat?
I don't know. He probably restreaming later. Although he's in his defense, he said he was going to stop restreaming me, and I think he has.
No, he has actually. Yes.
I think he's committed to what he said too about being more positive in his life and what he.
A different kind of commitment than, or a different kind of committed than Steven.
Yep. Well, there's a reason, though. There's a reason all of us crossed paths. Some of the reasons are irrelevant. Some of the reasons, may not be helpful. But I think there's amazing characters, examples of amazing people, families, parts of communities. But we are kind of the outcasts a little bit. Seems to be a bunch of misfits, like in the Little Rascals. I see a bunch of grown men and women online playing as kings and queens and imagining enemies and adversaries, strategizing different things.
Who's talking about you, Truth or Cop?
We are kings and queens when we finally let life be, dude. That's what instead of trying to sell it to each other and work for it and feed the ego, just let life be like it happened. It does. Like people don't have trust with their own life and how it happens and comes together, let alone with each other. Like, yet that faith and just seeing and stepping back and knowing that you're taken care of. Like the fucking universe is imperfect. Explain that, how somehow you're fucked up and you need to work for a living, but there's fucking a billion trillion stars and galaxies and just swarming in perfect harmony. Like how? Insane.
It was almost based. You're so close to based. But then you just threw in that lazy curveball at the end.
Which part? The question?
But you have to work.
You get
every single there's not an organism on Earth that doesn't have to exert effort to survive.
Right. But I'm talking about doing what you're inspired to do rather than what you're told to by a sheet of paper from another person who got another sheet of paper from another sheet of paper from another.
You know what I do?
Talk shit online.
Yeah. It's not a lot of money, but it's
no. So, but that's not what I'm not talking about. That's you're doing your inspired thing. That's awesome.
I'm inspired to talk shit online.
As long as there's no paperwork trail telling you what to do behind the scenes.
He's inspired by money, Truth or Cop.
If I were primarily inspired by money, I would have a different job.
No, I didn't say only. See, I didn't say only. I didn't think it's only money. I agree with you there.
I'm inspired by you doing the splits, Tarek.
Holy cow, that was way off topic.
That happened though, didn't it?
Oh yeah, I made it into a short on Flow State.
Oh, he actually did? Holy shit.
Oh yeah, this man has had 3 back surgeries and he can do the dead ass splits. He can crack his balls on the floor.
This is what I mean. This online adventure, the lore behind the characters, people will surprise you. OT or Tarek, yeah, doing the splits and push-ups and whatever else. All these
83 push-ups on live TV. Paul's. That's when I lost the bet though because it was 100 push-ups. But
I think that was the first time I saw 83. You.
Yeah, I think so, somewhere in there.
But here's the thing: what Powder Dusty was saying? You're not doing it just for the money. It's also the freedom and the self reliance. There's a lot of benefits to it. I've been trying to figure out. I know, actually, not trying to figure out. I know there's ways, simple things I could do that would really increase the amount of donations and maybe support. I know there's things.
You could show more skin when you come on camera.
That's an option.
You could live stream from a kiddie pool in your family room.
And there's infinite.
Have you ever tried squishing cottage cheese in between your toes?
Holy cow. Come on, Flo.
What? This is what the people want.
Did you get paid to do this, Flo State?
Would you eat a Tide Pod?
No. See, this is my point. People are so stupid.
I know.
So here's the thing.
I put the short in the back of Tarek doing the splits, by the way, if anyone cares.
I got to see this. I don't even understand physically how that's possible.
It's possible.
When you have a vagina.
No, I'm in great shape, Flo State. I'm 50.
Yeah.
I'm still in great shape, man.
How old are you?
50.
Yeah, you're like me. You take care of your body. It shows. It looks
So
like
that vagina's still holding up then, huh? Well, is there a warranty on that thing? How long until if it fails when you do the splits, then do you get like a new one installed for free?
No, this is what you're misunderstanding. Male bodies are flexible as well. We can stretch.
Jack, I know. Let me be mean to Tarek.
I know.
It's fine.
Welcome back, Richard. Good to see you again, brother.
Hello, Chuck. I see you've got more idiots up tonight.
Hey, hi 007.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Well, we're having
Those glasses are cool. You don't look like a bug.
We're having fun again today.
I would say, Chuck, you've got more Americans on. You know. Here's the thing about Americans, Jack. As you know, Jack, personally, my wife is from Texas. But here's what I said here. So you have a game of football that you play with your hands, and then you have a World Series that you play with yourselves. And I think that's what Americans are good at, playing with their fucking selves.
We might be able to understand you better if you spit out of your mouth before you spit.
Yes, and cunt. Go fuck yourself.
Here, welcome, Jubilee. Thank you, Richard. I'm not sure what you said, but welcome.
If you didn't spit first.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand anyway. You're an American, son. You've got no intelligence.
I have a secret for you about Jack.
Well, he's got intelligence.
Speak about foreign intelligence and influence. I mean, he just comes out from another country and says Americans are shit. Why are we allowing this as Americans?
And his shit literally says the real 007. And he's got those big ass fucking spy glasses that have the camera in it.
That's very interesting. You called him 007 to begin with, and then that would happen.
Go to bed, little boy. Go to bed. Go to bed. Let your mommy tuck you in.
Hey, it's your bedtime, old man. Time to take those medicines and
It might be time.
I don't think. I'm sorry to mention this, Richard, but have you watched the Raising Tomato? How Flo State dealt with that doctor that came on their show and he had the lotion. Or whatever. Yeah, I should probably watch that first before you, before he does something in that regard.
what he's saying is that he doesn't want me to make you cry, old man.
Exactly.
Your mom won't be crying. Your mom won't be crying when we lunch. If we have to lunch,
It must be really hard to talk shit when you're shit at talking.
Yeah.
okay.
It's got to
Frustrating. Frustrating stuff.
That's not frustrating for me.
be.
It's not frustrating for me.
Here we've got another guest, and one I mentioned earlier. Welcome back, Scott 2B. How you doing, brother?
Hanging in there. How you doing, Jackie?
Feeling blessed? Did you hear my comments about you earlier in the
No, I
stream?
didn't. What did you have to say?
Well, he probably was throwing time. That's what he does usually.
I was comparing you loosely to our friend Paul. Paul has never allowed us an adult conversation And I brought you up in defense. I dropped the ball that you and I have talked offline, but I've yelled at you a number of times.
That's because you're an asshole, Jack.
I know. And
I know.
you're still kind enough to keep trying. Paul's never even tried once.
Paul's a good guy.
Richard, you go by Dick?
Yeah, I'm sure you've sucked a few.
Well, it's a fair
No.
question.
That's Richard.
I had
sure
an
you-
uncle who was a Richard.
The angry dick.
Richard, are you offended that I asked that question?
Tell him to get off your lawn. Richard, tell him to get off your lawn.
What?
Just one time.
I see
Are
the
you offended
resemblance
that I
of
asked that
character in
question?
Up with the balloons. I could see him holding some balloons.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, his
Up.
house.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. I think that's who Richard's reminded me of. And he was a little grumpy too to start with, if I remember right.
I was thinking that he looks more like the sloth from Ice Age, or something. With, like the eyes on the side of the head thing.
Well, that's actually not my nickname. My nickname is Up because I'm similarly look like the guy from the cartoon character Up.
But you sound like Finnegan's Wake because we don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Hey, I want to steal this fucker's pot of gold.
Yeah, you're just a nasty cunt.
Wow.
You're just a nasty cunt.
Dude, why are you
Just a
so...
typical American. Just a
Richard.
typical American.
Richard, what are you doing?
Jack, what are you doing?
You trying to start fights?
I don't give a fuck, Jack.
But why?
Get
Why?
off my lawn, Jack.
Right. You're acting like a grumpy old man. And
I am a
I'm
grumpy
wondering,
old man, Jack. I am a grumpy old man.
Well, then
is
piss
that all
off.
you want to be? I think
Yeah,
you're more
what
than,
are we
you're more than that. You're also a good man, a man who cares, a man who understands.
I do, Jack, but I'm not going to let people abuse me.
Richard,
I will
I asked-
abuse you with
We haven't,
two,
what's
maybe
that
even three
condition?
fingers.
I haven't heard one.
Here's
Go ahead.
something I've learned. The normal tendency of people, the ego, we find a slight, right? Oh, you offended me. You were wrong to me. So I'm a victim. So now that I'm a victim, now I get to be tough and I get to play
Okay,
it.
Jack. Jack, I will give you that. I will give you that. That's quite right. We do that as human beings.
That's right. Tap out, old man. I'll give you these.
You don't have to believe in a victim.
You
Get
see,
off my yard.
Jack, so there, I will give you what I call. So I gave an inch, but that was not accepted.
That's all you got to give.
That's it. That's all.
Do you not see what's wrong with that?
No,
And this isn't very much.
I'm not seeing you making a lot of sense, to be honest, Richard.
Okay. All right, Jack.
Well, I've never really spoken with you before, Richard, so I'm not sure what's happening.
Why isn't this cut?
All
All
right,
right,
I'll
Dave,
take my foot up his throat. Go ahead.
You know,
Listen, you've never
That's all,
had
you
your foot on my throat, cunt.
Why?
Keep struggling. I like it better.
Watch seriously. I don't understand the ad hominems, the insults and attacks.
Oh, you
hanging
don't?
out with Jim Bob too much.
No, maybe
Online-
JS.
Online can be a good influence or a bad influence. And I found myself, I started seeing a lot of losers, failures, and cowards around me too for a little while. So
Very true.
I understand how we can get caught up in the drama, but sincerely, I'm a man. I'm filled with love. I'm filled with
Good, Jack.
peace.
Good. I would love to feel the love.
It's here. It's waiting for you.
I got you.
It's behind the battles.
I
Right.
got love.
Well, Jack, thank you. Thank you for your love.
Well, I got love for you too, Richard.
Mm-hmm.
I have no doubt about it. I believe it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
When I asked you if your name was Richard and do you go by Dick? Well, I mean, my last name is Richard, and I've often told people that
Yeah, you can call me Dick. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care what you
Bag.
call.
Flow State wants to call you up for dinner.
Oh,
Jack, this is the nonsense that Jim Bob's allowed to perpetuate online, and I'm sick of it. I blame him. I just have to sit here and observe. I don't understand. I think this is all his fault. This is all that I
You
That's
talk
an
about
interesting leap to Jim Bob, but all right, we can blame Jim Bob for what's going on here. I don't care.
the
I
Zach
blame
Hubbard Jim Bob
I
fucking
blame the
deal.
47th president.
Hey, actually, with that question he asked too, that's part of my story. I've got an uncle
You
Dick.
blame the 47th president, the biggest asshole in the world.
His name was Richard, and I was thinking about him earlier today because he was part of my influence.
Was he a dick also, Jack?
He was.
Yes, he's a dick. Yes, he's a
He
dick.
was.
I'm a dick.
He was retired from the
dicks.
Air
A
Force.
fag. You're a fag.
You're a fag.
Retired from
Not you, Scott. Dick.
I'm a dick.
Yeah, I'm
You're
a dick.
No,
I'm a-
Dick. You're a fag.
What's Jack?
Sorry, Jack, go ahead.
So Uncle Dick retired from the Air Force active duty. Then he got a job as a GES government service. And then if I remember right, he ended up with a civilian retirement, a military retirement, and he still got to work doing the job he loved. So,
That was great, Jack.
well,
That's
that's what led me into a
That's
life
what life
leading.
is about. You should be able to work in a job you love forever, and you should be able to retire knowing that you've been in a job that you've loved forever.
He tried,
That's
but they
what
wouldn't let him on set as a fluffer.
It's funny how fag comes in here with all his bravado, talking shit, and then when he gets his shit pushed in, he's carrying water for Jack, washing those balls, sir. Protect me, Jack. Protect me, Jack.
I don't think I ever said that.
People are fascinating.
I don't think I ever said that. Sorry, where did you get that from?
His mind, his observations.
Yeah, but this is
Protect me, Jack. Protect me, Jack. Jack, you're so right. Jack, protect me from this mean American man.
Fascinating. It's fascinating. The human ego is truly, it is truly an agent of chaos. It's bringing destruction and battle everywhere it goes.
You fucking asshole.
That's you. Holy cow.
You're not washing his balls fast enough, Richard.
No, we've just simply got to break the patterns of fighting.
What a human being you are. What a human being you are.
Let me try to break the pattern, Jack. Flow State, did you know when Jay Generally Specific was talking to you today, I guess in night or whatever, and he said he's got some proof that he's gonna show you about that he's got a upcoming thing with Mel. That's why. I'm just letting you know.
Oh well, that has nothing to do with anything we were talking about.
Yeah, that's why I shifted it so we can get off.
No. I mean that has nothing to do with what me and GS were talking about at all. Mel has, yeah. So that certainly is not what he was referring to. He was just making shit up.
Yeah, but he was referring that he had a like an inside connection, exactly what happened at Las Vegas. That's what I'm telling you. He's trying to.
Mel. All right. Mel's that inside connection.
It is.
The girl who made a claim and then put up a picture of herself and Resto as proof. All right.
Yeah. She was on his panel. I caught her on his panel. He actually said that he hasn't checked his email, and she said, "Well, check it." And he said he'll get back to her, and he should be able to talk to her very soon and make it happen. So it's official.
Little cows of a feather flock together. Oh, good. Jubilee's here. Jubilee, meet Fag. Fag, meet Jubilee.
Been here for a
Flow
while.
State, were you abused as a child?
No.
Maybe.
So yesterday, while I
He was
was
dropped on
up,
his head.
Lots of
And
offensive
Matthew-
word.
was asking about Trump, and I was showcasing, the signs from God. There was an earthquake here in Vancouver.
Yeah, okay. So
I'm wondering if people want to get serious about actually creating world peace and listening to Jack, or you all want to just show your dicks forever and be teenage boys.
I'm
Yeah,
down with
Jim,
it.
Love it.
I don't know if you heard Jubilee. Tonight is now the vagina.
One at a time, class. One at a time.
Hold on, Jubilee.
I'll show you mine first.
The move was there instead to come up and say how amazing I am. You fucked up. As well as
I
Jack,
know very
of
little
course,
about
but, like,
you. I've yet to meet you. We've yet to talk, so I don't know who you are. You're not a person to me yet, but you will be after today.
You're
Chris.
welcome. You're welcome.
That sucks. Truth or tough.
Hey, Jubilee's bringing light too. So what is going on? I appreciate that. A little call to wake up. Richard?
Dick.
A man
Yeah,
of
I'm in the
thought?
background. I'm not saying anything. I'm in the
Okay.
background.
What are you squawking about? Nobody understands your squawks.
Well, he has a thing, and you guys keep calling out his name. You know he's going to react. He can't help himself.
Well, I did invite him because he's been so active in the live stream so far that when we're calling shit out, maybe, Richard, maybe it applies to you. Okay, so I thought I'd invite. Since you've been so active, what are your thoughts to what she's saying? What are we going to do? There is real life tragedies happening in the world. And my real life desire, it is to have conversations that might be helpful.
Jack,
What do you
Yes.
like about
I thought
Jack,
you-
Richard? Richard, you gotta tell Jack what you like about him. And then we gotta move on
Okay,
and then
so-
stop calling with the names.
Oh, he looks like the Goonies. Hey, you guys.
Then peace is offered, and then the counterintelligence protocols just have to run. Just have to go. I'm not even saying it was counterintelligent what you just did, Flow State. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you work for counterintelligence, but that maybe not a specific branch, but
Hey, you guys.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what the
So
fuck
how do you
Flow State
talk
works
about-
for. He's
how do you
constantly
talk about
disruptive
that
while
one?
pretending he's not. This guy's doing whatever the fuck Richard's doing. I don't know Truth or Cop yet. People are constantly
He
coming
will
up
hate
here
you just
and
like the
they're
rest of us have grown to.
derailing the conversation with the same stories
That
Jack
is
has told
Jubilee's
over and
pick.
over
That's
again, which if he
Jubilee's
wants
pick.
to tell them is completely different, and then let him fucking talk. Let the guest he's letting talk. There's how many people on the panel, divide it by the number of people, and then shut the fuck up.
Does that vein in your forehead hurt when you get like this?
No, it just no. It feels good actually.
Jack, I'd
I
like
don't
to buy a
hate
vowel. I'd like to add a E
Yelling at
to
all of you
V.
while you're all yelling
I'd like
at
to
each
make
other and being like,
Jubilee
and I'd like
the
to be the
Jubilee.
center, and then I'd like to be the center, and then I'd like to be the center.
Will you stop trying to compare dicks with us?
Thank you, Jubilee.
We know whose is bigger.
You're speaking truth. You
Thanks,
are.
Jubilee. Yes, thank you.
Damn
It's
it, Jubilee.
it's fun, but at some point, when is the fun just a waste of time?
That's a waste of time now.
Well, you're not having fun, are you, fag?
Richard,
But you're being an asshole.
who
Well,
is?
I don't. But I mean, you're being an asshole.
Who
It's a
is?
character he's playing, Richard. He's not about a Flow State. It's a character he's playing today. He's not really an asshole.
Like a
He's
dog
actually a very
terrified in
good
a corner, and you guys want to go poke him with sticks.
I'm not sure what you're pointing
Can I
out.
speak or not?
We keep referring back to him, like in
Barely.
the name
We
calling.
keep
You know
trying,
it-
but we can
you know
barely
it's gonna
form
go
words.
back. Richard, get
Just
better
move
at
on.
not like raise the conversation, Richard. It's on you to do it.
Okay, first of all, Flow State doesn't seem to understand what an accent is, and that if he can't understand Richard, interrupting every 5 seconds to say he's a leprechaun is not helpful.
No, I said he's
Shut up, and
retarded.
maybe you'll get used to his accent, or the rest of us can, or it's not helpful to have Richard talk because the rest of us can't understand. Having you interrupt to say that constantly is stupid.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
She's angry with you.
Thank you for receiving that.
That
Yes,
was
Richard is still a fag.
pointing it out. The interruption, seriously. Online, it makes it impossible to understand. Richard, please, your thoughts?
No, Chuck, it's fine. I mean, thank you first for saying that stuff. Flow State, we've talked before. I mean, I don't know what your problem is with me.
He's on his period, sir. He's on his period.
Having fun. He's having fun is what he's doing.
Okay.
Well, Richard's clearly not having fun.
Jack,
They're having
Jack,
fun at his expense.
A Saturday night, if somebody's having fun, that's fine. I understand. Look, guys, I have been with Jack. Jack and I have fallen out many times. But I love Jack. I do love him, seriously. Seriously, I do.
He'll come visit you.
Okay. Maybe not. But I'm going to say this. I have a very deep affection for Jack. That's the best I can say. I don't know Jack. I've never.
You know he's allegedly straight, right?
Sorry?
Allegedly straight. And thank you, Richard. This is part of this happening.
Listen, I don't care if he's straight gay or whatever. I'm too old to worry about it.
Richard, I don't mean to interrupt, but I want to get back to saving the world so we don't piss off Jubilee anymore.
Absolutely.
Jubilee has been very kind. Jubilee has been very kind. But I'm going to say this.
That's why she just made a threat.
I hear there's a cheerleader that comes to save the world. Is that you, Jubilee?
So obviously I can't speak.
Did you just call me Buffy? Did you just call me Buffy?
No, I think he called you 11. Richard, I think that somebody in the chat requested that you sing Sunday Bloody Sunday.
Nice.
I can't believe a word today.
Go ahead.
Who wants me to sing Sunday Bloody Sunday?
Man. Belt that.
All of us, literally all of us do.
We're all waiting.
Open my eyes and make it go away. Sunday Bloody Sunday.
Choo, choo, choo.
All right, you're off my shit list.
Not bad. That was not bad, actually.
Jubilee is still on it. Fuck you, Jubilee.
Okay, so here.
I thought this was our dynamic. You wanted to yell at me. I can yell at you.
We'll do another one. Here's up the rebels. Give back our daddy's head. Our face and tail are all in one, but our brains are foreign lead.
All right, no pub songs.
Yeah, no, I know. The pub songs are great.
Unless we know all the words. We got to know all the words to go on.
Okay, so then can we do another one?
Yeah, go ahead and do one, but we're not the same.
Okay, so I'll do this one. There is a uniform that's hanging in what's known my father's room. A uniform so simple in its style. It has no blade of gold, nor has no father's broom. But my mother has protected all the while. One day she said she tried on the way it might for years. And then we're going to this other one. And it's called Sure It's Old, but it is beautiful. And the colors, they are fine. How's that for you?
Thank you. Please don't do another.
That was nice.
There's not enough. Is there even people that go to pubs anymore and sing, dude? Like, why doesn't that
Yes,
happen?
they do.
I've never seen it.
Yes,
I've done it.
You have to go to Ireland, man. They don't do it in fucking New York. Well,
No, they do it everywhere, Scott. Come on. Just have some whiskey.
We're about to do this shit everywhere. Let's go.
At the Irish pubs.
They do in the Bronx. When my first wife was alive, we used to go to the Bronx all the time.
What did you do to her, Richard?
She died.
Why did you do that to her?
Good taste joke. That's a good taste. Even I'm sitting here going, God, Scott.
Right. Right. And he wonders why he has issues.
I don't have issues.
You have issues, Scott.
And then I got high.
And my wife now is from Texas.
Taxes.
Is this going anywhere? Hello or not?
I'm getting to the point now. Let's find out more.
Let's
Detachment.
consider the present, right? All of the past, all the memories and all that, it brings us into today. And what we know of in today, in the world that's beyond just this happening, we know the world is continuing. But what are we going to do in this world? The world of change and opportunities. I used to live real limited, real small, and I felt I was safe in my small little life. But my life changed and my mind got to open up. And part of this testimony of me is the transformation of my life. The world kind of rejected me, but then I found a spiritual strength. And that strength is beyond what the world can offer. But if it's real, then this life before us, you are a part of this life with me. And the life with me, I feel it's leading me somehow, some way, at some point into Washington, D.C.
No shit.
Hey, I'm saying it with a smile and with a kind of a lighthearted
Those pictures
spirit
aren't
in my
real.
heart. Huh?
Those pictures aren't real.
Not yet. Not yet, but it could be a prediction of
Were
what's
those AI renderings of the future, Jack?
They are.
It's all possible today.
Anything is possible today. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
Jack,
Everything.
what has changed in your life in the last 3 to 5 years, or maybe even the last 35 years, is going to be dwarfed by what happens in the next 3. What's literally coming is, and it's not just the Trump and the American thing, the AI advances that are going to happen are mind fucking blowing. I mean, you have robotics on the edge. You're gonna have fucking flying vehicles. You're gonna have meet George Jetson. The fuck, man, this is like we're on the doorstep of this right now.
I think Jackson told his dream as we all are. And you know, if you read the book Think and Grow Rich, that was started with a dream.
Napoleon Hill.
So if you read that book, that was started with a dream, and Jack is entitled to his dream as much as we all are. And it doesn't have to be a dream. It can be a reality. That's the whole thing that Napoleon Hill was saying. It can be a reality if you want to make it so.
You know what? Going to Napoleon Hill is good and everything, but Jack, have you ever read Zig Ziglar's book, See You at the Top?
I told Jack he needs to get on his vision board.
There you go, me, man. There you are.
Oh, fuck off, Richard. What'd you say?
I wasn't saying about you at all.
I didn't hear you, though. I was trying to figure out
I
what you said.
I thought Jack doing the hand thing. I think Jack's trying to do the hand.
Yes. In reality, it's interesting. Napoleon Hill was part of my influence. The teachings of Neville Goddard, Napoleon Hill, all these other people of positive mindset, they influence the coaches that I studied from.
Then Jack, go and make it so.
Richard, wake up to reality. It is happening here. You've spent a lot of time.
I'm not agreeing with you. Richard, I am not agreeing with you.
Okay. All right. But the discussions on approval and disapproval of me.
No, I have no disapproval of you.
I know.
None?
In this moment, we're on a positive kick.
Yeah,
so,
no, I wouldn't say none. At times I've fallen out with Jack.
Yeah.
I applaud his aims. And do I think he can achieve what he wants to do? Yes, I do.
Hey, Jack, I think you need to dress Richard up as a priest, a Catholic priest specifically, and
keep your fantasies to yourself, weirdo.
Do a short commercial about abstinence with him preaching.
Listen, I'm not saying Jack's always right. Jack is not always right, but would I discourage him from going for his aims? Do I think he can achieve his aims? Yes,
Richard,
I do.
can I ask you a question? If Jack is not right, would Jack be off?
Oh, Jack off. Oh, I got it. Very funny.
We've always got a 50-50 chance of being right, but we also got chance of being wrong. And these philosophies from the past, they are truth. And even the teachings from Neville Goddard, the power of belief, and it comes back to what Jesus was teaching, the teachings of the Christ. Love and faith is the path. It's the way. And we don't have to love the path. We don't even have to have faith in the path, but the path is being revealed through us every moment of every day.
Yeah. Jack, listen, I think you can go and achieve whatever you want to achieve. And I believe that. And I believe, I'll say this to you, Jack. I don't agree with everything you say, but what I do agree with is what your aim is. And I think your aim is true and sound.
He doesn't agree with everything. This dude's definitely going in the camp when you're in charge. Hopefully you get a bunk next to Truth or Cop.
There's no guarantee, but there are room for education camps. That's no uncertainty.
Right? That's a good debate topic right there. Should we have re-education camps?
Actually, that's an interesting topic because it's happening. China is doing these re-education camps in the modern ages.
Sure.
I think that we might be in a re-education camp right now in this panelverse, dude.
I think the more I talk to Jack, I get worried that I'm on some kind of re-education watch list.
Yeah, you need to re-educate it, you fucking asshole.
Damn, that was shots fired again against Scott.
No, he just needs to lose a little weight.
Well, not full thing being nice. It's not little.
It's a whole person's worth, basically.
Yes, about 200 pounds.
Parrot, can you do like an exercise video for him?
Yeah. Do you know what I love? Do you know what I love? Do you know what I love about Americans? They try to speak English, but I would need a translator if I went there, because actually, none of you can speak English. I mean, you say
I cannot believe my ears.
It's a little bit ridiculous.
Yes. Jack, let me ask you a question if you're on mind.
Please.
Let's just assume, so I can get off the topic so we can get it somewhere. Let's assume, for example, that Jesus never existed. Do you think the human race would be any different today?
Absolutely.
In terms of like what?
Well, Jesus didn't exist. Jesus was made up by the Catholic Church in Rome. There is no Jesus.
Gosh, learn to speak English.
They'd be following some dude named Ronnie.
That's what I'm trying to read Jack's mind a little bit. So if Jesus didn't exist in any religion, let's just say Muslims, Christians, whatever, would humans like believe someone else maybe would be their savior, or would they be the same in terms of what they are right now?
That's a really interesting question.
It's easy. It answers itself. They've always found something to look up to. Humans have always found something.
We would all turn into Americans. That's what would happen.
There's no denying the influence that, whether real or not, however it came into being, the influence of that example, the story of Christ. There's no denying that the churches and the ideas have spread. Now, there's a reason they do, because this is the thing that is so amazing and incredible of the red letters. The words speak to your heart, regardless of where you're at in your national or physical development. The words can speak to your heart. And that's confirmation that the words of the Bible, God's law, is written on our hearts. So what would the world be like if there was not the true values that have been credited to Christ? If America didn't have the Christian values as its underlying idea, I don't know. I'm grateful that we have it.
America shouldn't exist. America shouldn't even exist.
This is that dude. This is some dude. Talk about some
Ireland
optics,
barely
dude.
exists anymore.
We got a foreigner coming in here saying America shouldn't exist. All Americans are idiots. Come on, dude. Hey, what if I disrespected your ancestry? Come on.
Okay. So you want to talk about America? So
the best fucking country. You're so jealous, dude.
I'm not jealous.
Do we make you feel small, Richard?
No, you don't make me feel small. Let me
If you
tell
saw
you.
him, he would. He would.
No, I'm better than any of you. So you
feel
want to
small.
talk about, so you say that America, who is America? The America is the native people that live there. You fucking
yeah. The United States shouldn't exist.
Holy,
perhaps.
Right. So the United States shouldn't exist. So they were subjugated. They were subjugated by foreigners, as was Ireland.
Okay.
So you blaming us for that?
But the fact of the matter is, it does exist. The U.S. exists as a country, as a whole, like an overlay on America itself, and the U.S. government is the capitalist system placed over America to push all of the ideas that we've been subjected to, that we've been discussing.
That shit's over with, though. That shit's at its end.
Here, I want to.
That's not a stand.
Richard,
then can I ask you a question?
Richard, please pause for just a moment, okay? MPC, thank you for the contribution. That peaky boomer geezer truly loves America. I think he does. But to start with, the starting statement you said was something along the lines of America shouldn't exist. Well, if you think about it, nothing should exist. It is from nothing that everything has come, and we are the everything that is. And so
100%, Jack. 100%. 100%. But then if you take that attitude, then Northern Ireland has the right to exist.
It exists, therefore it is.
Right, yeah.
Therefore it exists. We don't need to argue about that which is.
As Jack does Israel. Israel has the right to exist.
It is. It exists. We have to deal with it. It exists.
Right. There's no denying that it is. Now, does it mean because...
Richard, all I was saying, I was only saying that people cannot take one side for one constitution and then make it another. Sorry.
Okay, Richard.
People do what they do. This is what happens.
And Richard, with all due respect, please, I know we've had our differences, but my patience is being exhausted with you.
It's fine.
Okay, well, you're taking over the conversation, and it's turning.
Jack, I was for 5 minutes, so how am I taking over the conversation?
I didn't understand what you just said.
I said I had spoken for 5 minutes, so how am I taking over the conversation?
Okay, so you just want to disagree. You don't want to try and understand. This is my point. You're not aware of your behavior, Richard. You're not really sensing the room or what's going on. I don't know what to do.
No, let me solve it for you, okay?
I love you, brother. Maybe it's just not today, but actually we're coming up on 3 hours, and Truther Cop, I want to be respectful of you. You are here as the invited guest, honestly. Where do you want to go, my friend?
I mean, at some points when we wrap up the panel, I just want to unpack everything that was discussed. But whenever.
I'm feeling like maybe, unless you guys have other ideas pressing, I'm feeling like maybe it is time to start wrapping up, and we'll see what the rest of the day brings.
I had a question that's possibly more for pondering between streams, if anyone wants to, which is, who are you most loyal to? Your God, your nation, whatever the F that means, or money, the idea of the capitalist system that we're in? Like, who are you most loyal to? Who do you expect the people you surround yourself to be most loyal to? I think the trade-offs in that are where a lot of the division happens.
Sorry about that. He's muted now. The great question, where's your loyalty at? And what do you expect others around you to be loyal to? Those are great questions. God, state, money. Do you even see the difference between those? These are questions that really interesting observations.
Or people, of course, right? Are you most loyal to individual people? But then who are your people? Who are you loyal to? Everyone? Your family? Your best friend? Only yourself?
Those are the questions we've each got to figure out.
But I think the lie that someone can have nationalism with a religious state and capitalism all somehow coexisting and not have them be separate, not have them it doesn't work. We're not dealing with the reality of what we have before us and that different people are loyal to different things while we might be loyal to others.
Yes, there's a lot of enabling. And yet the reality is, it's my view that if you take the religion seriously about the words, the entire government and economic system contradicts it.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I think to me the distinction is whether or not you are enforcing your God on everybody else. Then it can be compatible.
All right.
If you're forcing your national borders, though, and other people can and can't come in, we live on one planet that we're reliant on. I don't think nationhood is actually congruent with reality of us dividing our mother, us having
how do you erase thousands of years of nationhood and division then? How do you just erase that overnight, Jubilee?
Oh,
you absolutely don't erase it overnight. It erases itself when we stop believing in borders, when we stop having loyalty to borders, when we realize we have different loyalty. Trump is basically starting a war with multiple places, including Canada. We've been family. I have people I consider family who I deeply care about. I'm not going to war with America, even if Canada and America, nation states,
where are you
go to war with one another.
Starting a war with Canada? Where are you so delusional you believe
that wouldn't even be a war? Let's be real.
From my prime minister.
Right.
So your prime minister's a jackass.
I don't
you
even
don't have
in
an
any
army.
way
Scott, you have an army.
Scott, please.
From NATO.
It's a bullshit statement. We're starting a war. Fuck, it's over now.
Scott, you don't see what's happening.
It's not what she said.
Okay. Does your disagreement make what she said wrong?
We're literally the backbone and the protector of Canada. We have been for many years.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
You don't believe this, Jack?
Well, it's just like the narcissist, the manipulator saying, I'm keeping you safe as I'm creating a bunch of danger around. I'm keeping you safe from the danger that I'm creating because I'm creating enemies all around the world.
Jack, you don't like America, do you?
No, Jack makes a good point, actually. You're talking about America, Scott. How many wars has been America into since just 100 years?
Is that the Americans that have caused it, or is it the deep state, which is part of the military-industrial complex?
Holy fuck! Come on, man.
Read a Cube post or something?
Listen, take advantage of the truth and stop talking bullshit. All right, Canada's not going to fight us. All right, they don't have anything to fight with. The next thing is we're not at war with Canada, nor are we literally talking about war with Canada. We're inviting them to join our union, for fuck's sake. And that would be the smartest move they could make.
If you don't understand how that's a declaration of war with another nation state, you don't understand what a nation state is.
I'm saying Americans, sovereignty. You're literally a territory of fucking Great Britain.
The individuals that happen to exist within the borders of the United States of America and Canada are already family. Literal family, cousins, brothers, sisters, intermarriage.
What is the Declaration of War?
Of all kinds of races and religions.
Through England.
For there to be a war?
What was the Declaration of War? I missed it.
The tariffs, him literally calling us governor and us calling us the 51st state. Aren't
tariffs
understanding
on
how
us,
that's a
you
declaration.
any more dramatic.
Tariffs on us.
I think we've proven that people are at war with themselves already.
Tariff for tariff.
Right, Scott, and that is the truth. These are signs of aggression. And maybe it's being promoted as
the declaration of war. That's absurd.
It can be perceived as that.
There was literally an earthquake yesterday when I was up here, and this is more accurate than the Bible that you all are arguing about constantly. I'm the Jubilee.
Saying?
I'm a revolution.
Jack, I changed my mind.
Jack is
don't
a
bust
unique
in her.
individual. You changed your mind? What? Sorry.
Nothing.
It's not appropriate. Well, what is happening is biblical. There's craziness happening in this world, and as part of the deception is these nation states. The idea of borders. I believe that's one of the interpretations of the beasts that rise, all these different horns, has to do with the different nation states and the different rulers, emperors, civilizations that have risen. We're a part of this happening. Scott, I understand saying that there's a declaration of war being made. That's an exaggeration, perhaps.
It's a bombastic statement at best.
The perception is certainly there, where this egoic buffoon rising up to represent America is saying, hey, the rest of you, North America and Greenland and Canada and Mexico, you need to be with us or be our colony and pay us more.
There's no declaration of war against Israel or Ukraine either.
Right?
Or Russia.
Yeah, there's actual wars there.
Yes.
There's not a declaration from the U.S. saying that we're at war with
wars
them.
there, though. A tariff is not, you can't get shot by a tariff.
It harms the working class. These tariffs.
Wait. Nobody can buy.
Tariffs are like, dude. When I used to think about how, like, why are people being taxed? If we're gonna argue about tariffs being bad, then let's focus on taxes.
No,
I mean,
nobody. No. That's not the argument's about the hyperbolic claim that tariffs are a declaration of war.
Yeah, that's insane.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, that makes sense. It's say it's out of proportion. Like tariffs are a fair. That's totally. We need to focus on America. Dude. We need to focus on ourselves and stop exporting everything.
If you have a problem with Donald Trump saying he's going to fucking levy the tariffs on these people who are levying tariffs on us, or won't even let us sell our goods in their fucking countries, fuck them and fuck you. You're an idiot, and you must hate America.
Dude, it's so bad. Dude, like if you go to ship so you can buy a package from China and you can get it for like $1 shipped from China. If you ship it back, it's hundreds of dollars because the U.S. Postal Service, Jack, fucking, what do you call it? They cover most of it. Like it's free for them.
You think it's funny, Jubilee? They're taking advantage of us. You think that's funny?
No matter how much.
Taken advantage by Canada, by fucking Israel, by China, by everybody.
Sure. Poor America.
Yeah, Jubilee, don't be less dismissive of reality, please.
No matter what border state people are in, if they are more loyal to the earth upon which we live and all of humanity, I am looking to co-create the zero-state solution. Meaning, if you're American, our countries may or may not be at war.
Right.
There's multiple wars being started
not.
in different spheres. You can live in that reality. I'm going to live in the reality where I'm creating the zero-state solution of world peace with Americans, with Canadians, with
that's not reality.
People of
it's insane.
You live in your reality. You go
ahead. How many years did it take to create what we have, and how many years are going to be alive to undo it?
Here,
and Canada have a family relationship, and Trump came in and fucking destroyed it.
We
In
don't
the less
care
than a
about
month he's been
Trudeau
in
at
office.
all.
I'm not kidding. You cannot repair it if you don't understand how destroyed it is. Listen to a
I have
Canadian
family in Canada,
news
all through
broadcast.
Canada.
Any Canadian news broadcast.
Oh,
Canadian
manipulated press? You're
America,
talking about
and so is the
bought
rest of
and
NATO.
paid for media?
Soon we're gonna force you all to sing the Pledge of Allegiance. Where'd she go?
She hid. She's behind.
Just like a Canadian to run
Yeah.
away.
I think the U.S. is taking advantage of Israel, if anything.
The U.S. is taking advantage of Israel? Holy fuck.
Oh, here, actually,
this is awesome, Jack.
I'm
Let
feeling
this go
complete.
on for a while. Oh no, this is interesting. It's
Here's-
bizarre at best.
well, it's not that confusing. And while things may be a little exaggerated, I don't think it's truly the relationship between Canada and America. I don't believe it's reached that point. However, disrespect has been generous. And here's what I see. Donald Trump is the perfect example of the American way. It's boastful, it's manipulative, it's actually very destructive, but it's image and profit driven. That's America. Image and profit driven. Gives a shit about celebrity, doesn't give a shit about poverty. Cares about what authority says, not the facts.
Excuse my interruption, but we've had 4 years of millions of fucking strangers crossing the border from Canada and Mexico. And Trudeau didn't stop it until Donald Trump said, fucking stop it now.
So what?
Nor did Mexico.
You're
our country is going to shit because of it. You don't think things have gotten generally better in the last 30 days?
You're a bootlicker.
You think so? You're a ball washer for fucking Putin.
All right. I didn't mean to drop down to the insults, but this is just ridiculous.
I can't wait until we go to war with Canada.
Well, here's the reality. Divided, we remain governed, taxed, and at war. It's time for people to unite, to overcome these borders and the divisions, the different layers of taxation and regulation. Mankind is at war with itself. What are we doing?
I came to answer Jubilee's question.
Please.
Thank you. Okay, so this is a spiritual belief. I have no proof of it, but in my personal belief system, we have multiple souls. It's similar to the Jungian philosophies. And I would say our higher self, our spiritual self, is faithful to God. Our animal self is faithful to maybe not our nation, but at least our tribe, because we all kind of have a tribe. And then like our lizard self, our primal survival self, of course we're faithful to money, because money is what's going to guarantee us that we have, I don't know, everything that we need next year. So it depends on what part of our soul is being used at the forefront of ourself at that time. And that's my answer.
What I've come to learn in my own personal life, I had to reevaluate my relationship with money. And what I see in the greater picture, many people are in this lifetime reevaluating or having to evaluate their relationship with money because of the economic forecast, the inflation costs. People are having to reevaluate, how are they spending their time? Does this job even pay enough for me to survive? What I believe is true, it can be proven. America and the world is divided. Not just the states and the religions and the languages. The biggest division is the wealth. Money has become the god of this world. Simple as that. And that's what the religions actually, well, the religions should have cautioned about, but this is what history shows. As the Roman Church rises, the Roman Empire rises, and then the religion is influenced by the state. And we have many churches here in America. They've been influenced by the economics and by the state. They're living with what they've learned. There's no point in spending a lot of time in blame, but I tell you what, we can identify the problems. And the greatest solution, I know how it sounds, but if something needs to be done, it's worthy of getting done, even if we don't have all the tools or all the right pieces. The truth, when the truth is shared freely, the governments, the corporations, the paychecks lose their power. When the truth is known, that's where human creativity, human empowerment, that's where we thrive. We're here to creatively and generously transform this world. And I think it's going to happen through us.
Would you like me to share my justification for saying that the U.S. is taking advantage of Israel?
Please.
Okay, so let's say the U.S. is somebody in power. Let's say, I don't know, somebody who owns a small business. But Israel is like our guy that goes and breaks people's legs that try to start competitive businesses. Now, in my business, I can say, oh, we're upstanding, we donate to society, we live by these virtues and morals, we would never break our own codes of war. But then in the back room, I can give my thugs and my cronies back here quite a bit of money to go and break people's legs so there's no competition with me, or just to get something I want, like if it happened to be oceanfront property. So yes, the businessman made the cronies the rich people they are, right? So we created them, but they're also doing our dirty work for us. And at the end of the day, the person who's going to take the reputation for what has happened in Gaza, the person who's going to take the blame for it is Netanyahu and Israel, when the person behind the scenes has been paying and has been scooching this whole thing along is the U.S. Democratic Party and Republican Party working together to turn Gaza into the Middle Eastern Riviera. So, yeah, we're using them, and they're going to take the forever blame for that. They're going to take the forever embarrassment. If anyone goes to jail, it's not going to be us. It's going to be Yahoo.
Well,
good points. I totally agree on all of them. Jack, what about you?
I think the signs are clear. What Netanyahu has pledged to do and what Donald Trump has pledged to do, it's evil. And the truth is, yeah, there's been individuals and corporations making a killing, making lots of money over the U.S. War machine. And, you know, the U.S. sells these weapons, gives them to, it was said a long time ago, had the U.S. not been giving weapons to Israel, this conflict would have been over a year ago. It wouldn't have lasted more than a couple of months. But the American way, we're sending our machinery, sending our support, doing the exact same thing in Ukraine. And now what's Donald Trump doing? He's coming in playing the negotiator. He's focused on American supremacy. He wants to steal out the resources, give the resources from the Ukraine property lines and give the first right of the resources to American corporations. It's all profit driven. One way or another, human selfishness has brought forth hell on earth. Simple
and we never had to break our moral code or our own rules of war, because the U.S. has rules of war that Israel is breaking severely. So we never had to break our moral code or our good girl reputation or our codes of war to make any of this happen for us. So I'm going to log out now. I didn't plan on hopping on, but I wanted to answer Jubilee's question. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thank you for joining. Sincerely, I appreciate you. I do feel like maybe it's time to start wrapping up, though. I said that a little bit ago. Thoughts from you? Powder Dusty? Jubilee?
Shit, I was muted. Go ahead, Jubilee. Ladies first, or whatever.
I was gonna say I've said most of what I'm gonna say, but I think you know what? I'm gonna hold up here until after. I'm gonna
What?
say not ladies first. I'm gonna wait till after you speak, and then I'll speak.
What? All right, will you stay cammed up?
No.
Let me get her.
Nope. Not gonna happen.
He already predicted it, dude. She already beat you, dude. He totally got you, dude.
I was slow. He was playing softball. Thank you for
She
giving
took care
me.
of herself there. She didn't have shit.
All right. Are you doing something later, Powder Dusty?
I don't have anything planned. Not likely, but it's not impossible.
All right. I was going to reach out, and then I saw you were running yesterday, and then I didn't ever actually make it in to join. But Powder Dusty.
I do better, Jack.
All right. I'm going to toss you out. Maybe we'll connect later.
Flow State,
I get back in at the end so I can teabag Jubilee.
It's Flow State. I want to be clear. I do like you. I just don't like the people you surrounded yourself with, man. I don't know what's going on there. And I see the improvements. He has been improving his content, but what he's surrounded by an improvement there is like, oof.
Hey, Jubilee, thank you for joining, your patience and your observations and your strength, calling out some of the craziness. Thank you for what you brought today, my friend.
Thank you for having me up. I did want to mention this is just an art project. This is just a depiction of my story, of the complexity that God is working through me and all of humanity, that I am just like a spark for. Jack's a spark for. This is the incarnation. This is supposed to be seeking truth together. Coming back together as the giant human family, saying what we learned. And I think there is a piece of that happening here. And sometimes it annoys me in the way that it's happening.
That honesty and that recognition. Sorry to interrupt. That's healthy.
I was going to say, I, of course, will leave you to your guest, which I didn't realize was, the center guest. Nice almost meeting you, Truth or Cup.
Co-host, Jubilee. Nice to meet you as well.
Playing the role. Jubilee, thank you very much. Truth or Cup, we've still got Scott 2B and Snafu Snaps in the back. He showed up a while ago.
Yeah, definitely not interested in Snafu. Scott 2B is like, whatever. But,
something happened to the connection. You started roboting out. Missed what you said. Technology. Freezing. Unfrozen. I'm going to trust.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Now you're kind of back.
Okay,
Yes.
I had to connect. I was in a low signal spot. I had to switch the Wi-Fi and all. What would happen if people weren't at war with themselves, Jack? That's the question I have from tonight.
Imagine the peace. Imagine the learning. Imagine the joy and fun that could be discovered if men and women weren't focused on preparing for the battle, preparing for the disaster. What if we had community and support together where we were working together so that people weren't at war with themselves, helping people see their blind spots, helping the addict realize they can do better, helping the person, the man, the woman in an unhealthy, diminishing relationship, helping them understand they're worth more. Each of us needs some encouragement and reminders. And so what would the world be like if we weren't at war with ourselves? I can only imagine.
And at the end of the day, despite what influence is pushing these talking points on panels and making it main stage to argue and fight and debate and to shame OnlyFans models who are just young girls who need guidance in their life. They need Jack Talcott. Okay. They need Jack Talcott in their life. This is it, but well, Jack, don't abuse that. That might be too much.
We all deserve better. The world deserves the best versions of us. And if we can improve, like those, what brought up, they don't need me. They need a better version of whoever's in front of them. And if that happens to be our friend, the Crucible, we can help him improve to be a better example, a better messenger to where he goes. We can.
Yeah, I think he's hanging around Jim Bob too much.
I hope he starts hanging around me a little bit. An open invitation for polite discourse and you know, some discussions. Andrew Wilson, Jim Bob, Anton Daniels again, many others. I hope to connect with others.
Oh, you just had was she another new guest tonight?
Which
Sleeping
one?
Beauty? Sleeping Beauty?
I don't remember who that was.
She was the other chick that came on.
She's been here before. Very nice.
Oh, I've never seen her.
Can't remember, but very nice. I've got some final words, unless you want to do the final words.
No. I told you it was going to be your best show ever, Jack, and it will be if you just shut it down. Don't bring Snafu into it. He's not. And you're gonna have better ones in the future. The future's bright, dude. It's amazing. As long as we learn how to fucking work together as people, like the right way, and stop fucking just feeding into the attack. That's what's being fed in these. That's why this is what they do. This is why they put it in the mainstream, so that we fight each other. And that's, I don't know if it's natural or whatever. Whatever. It's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to unpack. But anyhow, good talking to you. Be well. And best life coach ever. Anyone would be lucky to have your time, dude. And they ought to act like it. Be well.
Brother, sincerely, thank you very much. For those who aren't familiar, that's Truth or Cop. I'll make sure the link is shared in the description later. To all who join the panel, join the conversations, tuning in, or you catch a restream, wherever you find your way here, thank you. Today, I feel was pretty fun. I actually think we had some true conversations and some true fun amongst us. And the idea, where was it that he said? There was something I wanted to swing back to as he was heading out. In the background of the intentions from the beginning of the stream, the thumbnail, have gratitude for your blessings, the reminder from me to you, for us all, the peace is available. And remember that where you are, good and bad, if you want to compare yourself honestly and truly. Your terrible job is the dream of someone else. Your house is the dream of the homeless. Your smile, the dream of the depressed. Your health, the dream of the ill. And don't let the difficult times hold you back from finding your gratitude. That was the key. The key to a world where mankind is not at war with itself and at war with each other and fighting over the breadcrumbs and the little bit of scarcity, the safety that we want to imagine. The way past that, it's an individual battle within my mind and your mind throughout each day. The individual battle for your spirit, for your soul, for your emotions, for your body. The individual battle that's being conducted each moment of each day, it's in the mind, the temple of your skull. That's the battleground where the good and the evil can emerge. So if you take control as the observer, you become more focused and restrictive on what thoughts allow you to be moved. What thoughts and feelings drive you? Do you have clarity in your actions? The key to ending the battles is to recognize the battles have been won. Count your blessings. Count your blessings and feel grateful for the blessings that you can find, and share the gratitude, share the blessings with others. I've been going on and on with this closing comment, so I'm going to wrap it up from here. Thank you to all of you who have been a part of this and who continue to be a part of it. If you haven't yet, do subscribe and invite others, and we'll return again in the future. Till then, thank you. Choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless us all, and peace.